in 2020 and 2025. Florida leads with foreclosure filings, but New Jersey, Illinois, and California are also seeing a jump. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
The Trump administration's government attorneys have now withdrawn subpoenas that would have compelled 3 New York Times reporters to testify about their sources for articles about security concerns over the new Air Force One, which was a gift from the Kingdom of Qatar. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
95.9WATD.com. 61 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 7:02. Meteorologist Rob Gilman's calling for a high today of 83. Beautiful, bright sunshine, low humidity. Wow, it's Chamber of Commerce weather. News this hour brought to you by Croy Health, formerly NVNA and Hospice, proud to provide quality home care, hospice, and palliative services to 27 towns from Plymouth to Milton. Visit croyhealth.org, CROIhealth.org. Good morning, I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. An apparent road rage incident between 2 drivers that began on Route 228 in Hingham, spilling into the Hingham Public Library parking lot where shots were fired. Police Lieutenant Stephen Durth says officers responded to the library on Levitt Street around 4:20 yesterday afternoon for a report of shots fired. A passenger in one of the cars shot at another driver claiming self-defense. The shooter, licensed to carry a firearm, and stayed on scene. The gun recovered at the scene by officers. The other driver left before officers arrived. The shooter was injured but was not shot and was transported to a local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they're looking for the other driver. No charges have yet been filed, and that investigation is ongoing.
I'm Renee McGinnis, and I've been honored to lead the largest provider of home care, hospice, and palliative services in 27 towns from Milton to Plymouth. I'm excited to share that we have rebranded as Croy Health, still an independent, non-profit organization. NVNA and Hospice is a part of our legacy, and Croy Health represents all that we do in our commitment to growth. Learn more at croyhealth.org.
7:04 on 95.9. News now sponsored by St. Anne's Credit Union. Leverage the power of St. Anne's local lending advantage at their newly opened lending center, 55 Long Pond Road in Plymouth, NMLS number 525435. Insured by NCUA, member MSIC. Well, 2 hearings held ahead of the trial of Lindsay Clancy, the Duxbury woman accused of strangling her 3 children. 2 hearings, ahead of the trial in 2023. The first hearing involving media coverage of certain evidence, and the second involving witness testimony, with defense attorney Kevin Reddington asking that some first responders be restricted.
Without sounding as though I'm trying to minimize the horror of what transpired here and what these good employees of the municipalities had to endure and see, and probably to this day are suffering post-traumatic stress from it. Legally and objectively, I suggest to Your Honor that it serves no purpose other than to inflame or try to inflame the passions of the jury, one right after the other, offering them water, offering them time to gather themselves. And it may have worked in the grand jury, but it shouldn't work in a jury trial.
Prosecutor Jennifer Sprague argued that it was a chaotic scene with many first responders involved with treatment of 5 people, the 3 children, and both parents.
The Commonwealth did not choose the number of victims, the defendant did. The Commonwealth did not choose the ages of the victims, the defendant did. The Commonwealth did not choose the horrific nature in which they died, the defendant did. It is not the Commonwealth putting on a circus or a parade, it's the Commonwealth presenting the evidence in this case to prove that the defendant killed those children in the manner in which they were killed. Now, if defense would like us to reduce some of these witnesses, that would mean not talking about one of the children. So if he would like to tell me which of these children don't matter.
You know what? I'll tell you, we don't need that. All right? We don't need that. The question right now for both of you is, this is a motion saying that there's going to be cumulative evidence. I don't know what's going to be presented. So how can I say that witness 2 doesn't bring anything extra after witness 1? I understand the theory. The Commonwealth, and I'm not telling the Commonwealth how to try their case. I'm not. And I guess the issue has been brought up that the defendant views the Commonwealth's approach one way. The Commonwealth views it a different way. I'm the one who's going to have to decide, and I don't have anywhere near enough information right now to determine if something violates, Section 403. But I understand the Commonwealth's position. There are a number of witnesses, and they all may very well bring something unique to the Commonwealth's case. So it's really what I'm probably going to be doing as we go through this is have everybody come over here to the sidebar, hopefully calmly talk.
Where it all will benefit Marshfield Community Christmas. Roger Osborne is on the Community Christmas Board.
We're going to have live entertainment. We're going to have free appetizers, a 50-50 raffle, another raffle where you may win prizes from local businesses and services within the Marshfield area. We'll have over 50 gift cards to bid on. There'll also be a best dressed contest, so make sure you wear your very best Christmas outfit. And finally, Santa and Mrs. Claus will once again be making an appearance. Now, there will be, Christine, a $10 donation required to participate in the raffles and enjoy the free appetizer.
Marshfield Community Christmas works to make sure those children who might not otherwise have anything under the tree at Christmas get to celebrate the joy of Christmas with a few special gifts and a family meal.
Marshfield Community Christmas is a nonprofit organization whose primary mission is to assist those families struggling financially within our community and help them provide a nice Christmas for their kids. It's also important to note that being a nonprofit, 100% of our proceeds go to these families.
For more information, go to marshfieldcommunitychristmas.com.
What if I told you that you can apply for a loan or open an account on the go or right from home? Since 1936, St. Anne's Credit Union offers a friendly, hometown feel with big bank capabilities. See why they're a leading lender and voted number 1 by the people of the South Coast by visiting StAnnes.com. That's StAnnes.com. NMLS number 525435. Equal Housing Opportunity. Member MSIC.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. The time now is 7:09, and taking a look at your ride along the expressway northbound, that's filled in from Granite Ave as you make your way up towards Columbia Road. Now, Route 3 northbound this morning here on the South Shore, we get a nice ride, light volume. No issues reported from Plymouth up into Braintree. Southbound, a little slow at the Sagamore. 25 east is slow at the Bourne. Now, we are still dealing with troubles over on Route 24. Your delays will start between 140 and 44. In that Taunton-Raynham area, and it's slow up towards a right lane crash, 24 north, just before 495 in Raynham. Now, beyond there, you're okay through West Bridgewater and Brockton. 128 looks good through Dedham and Needham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
What a beautiful morning. We've had low humidity move in. That's going to stay with us. Sunshine and a blue sky. The high 83, though, anywhere east of Route 3A, a coastal sea breeze will hold the temperature near 75 along our beaches and coastal shoreline neighborhoods. Tonight, fair, the low 58, 63 in the city. Once again, we can see some patchy fog early tomorrow morning, as we saw this morning, especially some low spots. And then a beautiful day tomorrow with sunshine for the most part, a high in the low 80s, mid-70s again, cooler at the coast, and with high pressure nearby right into Sunday. An ocean breeze, the high 76, reaching for the low 80s well inland with sunshine and a few clouds. Monday's sun will mix with clouds, a high of 84. This is Chamber of Commerce weather here on the South Shore. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
7:11, 62 degrees out there. It's beautiful. It's Friday. I'm Christine James, sending it back to Rob Hakala right here at 95.9 WATD.
7 o'clock hour, the South Shore's Morning News. Thanks for making us part of your morning on the radio, 95.9 FM, everywhere on the Audacy App. And we've got the YouTube feed fired up, WATD Radio on YouTube. Good morning, YouTube land. You can now get the link right from the homepage, 959WATD.com, 959WATD.com. Click on the homepage. You'll find local news on there as well, including that story out of Hingham. Very disturbing story with the road rage incident, Christine, at a library parking lot.
I can't believe. Well, I think they may have pulled over and thinking, I know they're tough about overdue books. Okay, no,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding, but actually I am. I don't ever remember anything like that. A road rage incident in Hingham, and shots were fired.
No, I know. Where there are no drive-thrus in Hingham.
There really aren't.
Yeah, someone
Is
confirmed
that's
that.
a bylaw?
It's a bylaw, yeah.
Okay.
Because I always felt the same thing. Because you're right, every Dunkin' Donuts, every Starbucks, and there isn't, a McDonald's or that kind of thing. Even in Duxbury, they have a Dunkin' Donuts that has a drive-through. So Hingham has won over Duxbury on that drive-through thing. As far as I know. Again,
Okay.
I don't know if it depends, on where you are. I don't know about Cohasset and drive-throughs.
When did you ever hear about a road rage incident with guns in Hingham? Ever? I don't remember.
No. I mean, and the thing about it is, this is, because a lot of people were doing, library puns and jokes and things. But in as you said, in all seriousness, this is a place where families and kids go, and it's normally a very quiet town, and that's part of that kind of historic little area in Hingham. That's, what is that, 228?
Yes.
Not far from the bagel store, and not far where actually I was yesterday, which is crazy as well. But I didn't even know what time was this going on, because
about 4:20 yesterday afternoon.
All right.
And then it was a passenger in one of the cars shot at another driver, claiming self-defense. The shooter is licensed to carry a firearm and stayed on scene. The other driver left before officers arrived. So I'm not quite sure what started the confrontation.
And where they were coming from.
But they said the shooter was injured but was not shot. So I don't know what that means.
And it wasn't a gunshot injury.
No, so I'm not
people
quite sure if
wondering,
somebody got
did they
hit
bite
or
their
threw a
lip
rock.
I
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. And what led to this thing? I know people get so heated, but to get
Over
it to
nothing.
that point, you always wonder. It's the same thing. Someone cuts you off and you get really angry, and maybe you want to give them a salute or something. And then people always say, well, you don't want to upset the other person. What if they're carrying a gun? I know.
I don't know why people get in their car, the nicest people, and it seemed to like the crazy powder goes on. I was in the parking. This must have been about 5 years ago. I was in the parking lot because Norwell Post Office has a drive-through, which I love.
Drive-through
Makes it easy to get this.
put your mail in.
Yes, I wish Marshfield had one. You have to get out of your car in Marshfield. See
Yeah,
how lazy I am?
yeah. I feel like Hanover used to have that too.
They
and then
did.
They took it out for some reason.
Oh, I love that.
I
And
didn't
it's-
understand. I used to drop all my mail off that way.
Right, I used to go through that sometimes if I was
Yeah,
down at that
I love
supermarket.
that.
But Norwell still has one, and it's got the little thin mail slot, so people can't stick their hands down there. Anyway,
Yes,
I put the thing in there. It was not crowded. It was late morning, and then I started to pull away, and my brakes started making a funny noise. So I pulled over to the side in the parking lot, but cars could get around me.
Yeah.
The minute I pulled over in the parking lot, there was a guy behind me driving a BMW. I don't know if that has anything to do with the story. And I see him look at me, and I immediately started calling my husband to say, the brakes are making a funny noise. I could see the guy behind me in my rearview mirror throw up his hands in disgust and see me on the phone thinking I'm just, making a random phone call. And I could see him starting to explode. He pulls up next to me. His face is all red, and he wants to start. And I looked and I said, hey, I'm really not being a jerk. I said, my brakes just gave out. I'm calling my husband. And he immediately, okay. Do you need any help? I said, no, he's coming over, but thank you. But the first reaction was, he just went nuts.
Yeah.
And I wasn't blocking traffic.
I would like that. You'd say, this is the other thing you say, my husband's on the way, and if you want to stay here, you can meet him. Okay. No, because he would take care of that too. Both of now the thing is though, but you're right. Now here's the thing too. With a lot of us, we think the worst, and it is true that with a lot of people, you think that person's an idiot or that person is, causing me
just
like
being
a problem. Like somehow it's directed towards you. Whereas most of the time, unfortunately, some of the people. I mean, we hate to say it. Sometimes we're just not paying attention. I think that maybe some of the bad driving is from just being focused on whatever you're doing and
sneaking
talking
on your phone
or something like
Still
that.
see a lot of that.
Because when the light turns green and the person's just sitting there and you're like, yeah,
yes,
or it slows it down. Sometimes I see it coming out of Enterprise Drive here. I only have a limited time to make that left. And so I want everybody to be right on, right
Not
on
running
cue.
the red, which they do a lot.
Well, because some people they won't let you get out in the first cycle, and you got to wait because they're not ready to go. Let's come on.
So you're one of the people beeping.
No,
are you the guy?
I never beep. No, I just sit there.
Are you the guy that beeped at me the other day?
No, no.
You'll love this one.
I only beep to say hi.
Right after I had my knee surgery.
Yeah.
I'll just say this now in case you know who you are.
Yeah.
I was getting dropped off because I still couldn't drive it. Peak Physical Therapy in Situate.
Okay.
And I was,
Give 'em a little
with
plug,
two
sure.
crutches trying to, maneuver them, get out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a big, tricked out Mustang behind me, black, with tinted windows so you couldn't see the driver.
I don't like where this is going.
And Rob, it took me like maybe 20 or 30 seconds to get out of the car. The guy beeped at me.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't believe it. It's like I'm in front where they're dropping me off so I can go up the ramp because I can barely walk.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
So I made it a point when I got out of the car to turn around and just, kill them with kindness because it really confuses people like that.
Yeah.
And I just got out there. I gave him a wave with one of the crutches and said, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And I could see the guy in the front seat kind of through the little bit of the tint that I could see, sort of slink down a little bit. I couldn't believe that.
I mean, some people will at least
It's
get
right by a
humbled and
PT
embarrassed.
place.
When you're right, you get mad. You're
And
like,
he's beeping.
What are you doing? You're parking it. You're
And you know what?
handicapped. And then you see a crippled person get out and you're like, oh.
He could have gotten around the car. I was just trying to get to physical therapy.
Yeah. It's awful.
Hey, you know who you are if you're listening.
Yeah. Well, let's listen a little bit. I want to play more of the, because it's really the witnesses that I really enjoyed hearing the CBS Boston reports. I want to hear the witnesses from Hingham a little bit more about this road rage, Hingham Library parking lot. This is CBS Boston's Brandon Truitt.
All of it happening just feet away from the children's entrance to the library.
Yeah. Listen to some of the witnesses.
Born and raised in Hingham, we've never had anything like this.
Chaotic moments Thursday after police say a road rage incident.
There's another guy that tells that in the old days, again, be a gentleman, handle road rage the old-fashioned way.
Hingham Public Library. This video showing the moments after police say the passenger of this car fired two
like a little Honda
rounds at the driver of another. But when first responders arrived, the guy who was shot at had driven away.
And so, as far as I know, I don't think they have that other person yet.
So when the officers got there, there was just one vehicle there.
Yeah.
The vehicle that was there.
In case maybe he knows or doesn't know.
Again, it's preliminary, but the vehicle that was there, the passenger fired apparently 2 shots.
Police say the passenger who fired the weapon was not shot, but was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators recovered his weapon, a revolver, and say he had a license to carry.
It's not a common incident that you would see in Hingham, but, today you just don't know where it's going to happen. That's the frightening thing about it.
Back in my day, if you had a problem with a guy on the road, you pull over and you got in a fist fight. That doesn't happen anymore.
There you go. So again, that's what he was saying. That's
right. Now it's either a gun or trash you on social media.
Exactly. You're
hey,
right.
Let's get our lines.
Let's
crossed.
go to old-fashioned.
That sounded like Lieutenant Dearth there in Hingham. It must have been him.
Yeah, that earlier cut. Yeah.
Yeah. So what did when the guy said license to carry? I thought he was going to say something about James Bond.
Oh yeah.
What was this infraction? I wonder. What was so horrible that somebody had to pull a gun?
Exactly.
Seriously.
And there's got to be more to this story, and I guess.
Do they know each other? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
It'll come out later.
Sometimes you wonder how
maybe they're married to each other.
Those things have happened, though. No, it's true.
I know they have.
So it's hard to know.
In my day, if you had a problem with a guy on the road, you pull over and you got in a fist fight.
Good old-fashioned days.
Thank you, Peter.
Pop you one.
It is
this is in Florida.
Traffic and weather time now on WATD. Let's get a look at the highways now, and we are looking at 24 still jammed before 44 to a right lane crash before 495. Beyond there, you're okay. Route 3 northbound looks good on the South Shore. Southbound is slow about a mile at the Sagamore. 25 east, not too bad at the Bourne. The expressway northbound is heavy Granite Ave up towards Columbia Road. Southbound, we have the off-ramp to Mass Ave jam due to a breakdown, so expect delays there. But your northbound expressway ride, Braintree to Boston, is coming in at about 18 minutes, Braintree to Boston, so not bad. And again, 24 is still dealing with that crash in the right lane before 495. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Let's get the weekend weather details. meteorologist. Our chief meteorologist is Rob Gilman, sponsored by the South Shore Diamond Exchange. Gold prices are at record highs, and South Shore Diamond Exchange is paying top dollar for your unwanted jewelry. Visit South Shore Diamond Exchange in the North River Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke, and cash in.
What a beautiful morning. We've had low humidity move in. That's going to stay with us. Sunshine and a blue sky. The high 83, though, anywhere east of Route 3A, a coastal sea breeze will hold the temperature near 75 along our beaches and coastal shoreline neighborhoods. Tonight, fair, the low 58, 63 in the city. Once again, we can see some patchy fog early tomorrow morning, as we saw this morning, especially some low spots. And then a beautiful day tomorrow with sunshine for the most part, a high in the low 80s, mid-70s again, cooler at the coast, and with high pressure nearby right into Sunday. An ocean breeze, the high 76, reaching for the low 80s well inland with sunshine and a few clouds. Monday's sun will mix with clouds, a high of 84. This is Chamber of Commerce weather here on the South Shore. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
All right, thanks, Rob. And weather is sponsored by the South Shore Diamond Exchange this time around. You know, gold prices are at record highs, and South Shore Diamond Exchange is paying top dollar for your unwanted jewelry. Visit South Shore Diamond Exchange in the North River Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke, and cash in.
Do you have unwanted, broken, mismatched, or unworn jewelry? Gold prices are at record highs. Bring your old jewelry to South Shore Diamond Exchange and cash in. South Shore Diamond Exchange pays top dollar for gold, platinum, silver, fine jewelry in any condition. For a limited time, ask about their special offer and receive 20% more in trade value or 10% extra when you sell for cash. Visit South Shore Diamond Exchange in North River Plaza on Route 139 in Pembroke or southshorediamond.com. South Shore Diamond Exchange, a Hanush family-owned business. Trusted jewelers for generations.
All right, 724 WATD Sports. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. Well, back to work for the Red Sox. They were off last night, and they'll try to get back in the win column after that 15-game winning streak came to an end on Wednesday night against the Orioles. Tonight, the Red Sox have a 3-game series against the Blue Jays. First game at Fenway tonight, 7:15. The New England Revolution will host Atlanta United tomorrow night at 7:30 in Foxborough. And the New England Patriots training camp officially opens for veterans today. The first free public practice taking place tomorrow at 10:15 at Gillette. That's your update on sports.
Tune in every Sunday morning at 10:30 for Legally We Can Say That, a part law, part everything else show hosted by Megan Gavin and Bose Levin of BCL Law. They spend all week arguing for their clients. On Sundays, they'll argue with each other while discussing different legal topics. And after 30 minutes, you'll know just enough to sound like a lawyer, but not enough to legally say that. It's Legally We Can Say That, every Sunday morning at 10:30 on 95.9 WATD.
Join the Daniel Webster Estate along with the Pembroke School for the Performing Arts for Phyllis Nielsen's annual Family Fun Day. This Sunday, July 26 from 12 till 4. The day features activities for the entire family, including a petting zoo, touch-a-truck, arts and crafts, and music provided by DJ Larry. For details, head over to thedanielwebsterestate.org. That's thedanielwebsterestate.org. The Phyllis Nielsen Annual Family Fun Day, this Sunday, 12 till 4 at the Daniel Webster Estate in Marshfield.
Yeah, not just any DJ Larry, but our own DJ Larry Nelson. By the way, Audrey starts the first day of her vacation today on a Friday. And Larry Nelson will be in with the midday show, 10 to 3, and he's going to join us in the 9 o'clock hour to get a preview of Family Fun Day coming up tomorrow. So we're going to get all the details on that, or I should say on Sunday. We'll get more on that from Larry Nelson. He'll be joining us coming up in the 9 o'clock hour on WATD to talk about, again, the Webster House Family fun day. So we'll get details on that from Larry. As you heard, it's going to be a good day, and he'll be there spinning some tunes as well. So it should be a fun day, and that's happening on Sunday, noon to 4 at the beautiful Daniel Webster Estate in Marshfield. And we also want to thank, on the text line, we've got Stuart checking in from Plymouth. He said if you're looking for something fun to do coming up in Carver, it's a big weekend. It is the Carver Old Home Day. The 125th Carver Old Home Day is coming up tomorrow, July 25th. There'll be music in the park tonight to kick off the fun weekend of celebrating. Bad Decisions will perform 6 to 8. Saturday, July 25th, filled with all the usual festivities, including a road race, horseshoe tournament, car and cruise show, bicycle parade, craft show, all at Shirtlift Park. And then Saturday evening, fireworks at the Carver Middle High School at 9 p.m. And it really should be a good weekend. CarverOldHomeday.org is the website, CarverOldHomeday.org. Thank you, Stuart, from Plymouth for that. All right, coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios, this is the South Shore's Morning News. And you can check out our beautiful studio up on the YouTube page, WATD Radio on YouTube. And we want to say good morning again to our number one fan on there. A happy Friday to Lord Hadaway watching on YouTube. Happy Friday, Lord Hadaway. Thanks for watching. Coastal Heritage Bank sponsors our studio. Coastal Heritage Bank, member FDIC, member DIF. It's time for our digital pro, Kim Commando.
Today, let's talk about those food delivery robots. One just got hit by a train. Naturally, the train had the right of way. Another one plowed straight through a high school marching band, which also had the right of way. Another tumbled down a flight of concrete stairs. Are these things really ready for prime time? I'm Kim Commando for WebRoot. WebRoot Essentials Antivirus protects your devices without slowing you down. Right now, get 62% off at webroot.com/Kim. There's a viral video compilation of America's sidewalk delivery robots having very bad days. These little coolers on 6 wheels are popping up everywhere, hauling pizza, burritos, and burgers in dozens of cities. But when they fail, it's usually spectacular, blocking wheelchair ramps, wandering into traffic, getting dragged a half a block by a car driver who never saw it. Here's the part nobody's laughing at. These things are conducting business on your sidewalks, and eventually, a human will get hurt. Start your mornings with coffee and my free newsletter. It's 5-star rated. Sign up now at getkim.com.
All right, 7:30 news is coming up. Christine James in the newsroom on a Friday morning. Right now, it's time for traffic and weather on the 9s. 24 on the northbound side. The crash in the right lane still there before 495. You are back to 140 in Taunton. Then you're okay through Brockton and Avon. Route 3 northbound is fine. Plymouth to Weymouth. Southbound is slow about a mile at the Sagamore. 25 east is slow at the Bourne. And the expressway is slow in spots from Granite Ave up towards Southampton Street. South Shore weather. Beautiful bright sunshine, low humidity, a high 83, a coastal sea breeze tonight, fair, comfortable, low down to 58. Tomorrow, sun, a few clouds, a high near 83. Right now, outside our studio, 64 degrees in Marshfield. Good morning. The time now is 7:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
64 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 7:30. Meteorologist Rob Gilman calling for a beautiful day. Bright sunshine, low humidity, 83 for a high, 75 near coastal areas. News this hour brought to you by Bonji's Turkey Roost. Just because you're short on time, don't come up short on dinner. Pick up your fresh, delicious dinner at Bonji's in Duxbury. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening.
Growing protests in Madison, Wisconsin, following the deadly police shooting of a black man who authorities say was armed with a knife. And then the jarring moment when the police chief was interrupted during a press conference about the case.
You're going to say the same thing you all say every time a black body gets shot down in this city. This is a corrupt city.
The man shot identified as Corey Ruiz, his family retaining civil rights attorney Ben Crump.
That's ABC. Jury selection completed in the trial of Lindsay Clancy, the Duxbury woman accused of strangling her 3 children in 2023, with a final jury made up of 12 women and 6 men. There were also 2 hearings, with the first involving media coverage with David Meyer, an attorney for Clancy's ex-husband Patrick Clancy, asking that the media be prohibited from broadcasting some evidence that will be presented in the case.
And asked the court on behalf of Mr. Clancy that certain limiting instructions to the media would be appropriate with respect to the 911 recording of Mr. Clancy's voice, certain photographs of the 3 child victims, and the clothing worn by the 3 child victims in this case.
Prosecutor Jennifer Sprague arguing that many of these issues were already dealt with, but said she would leave most matters up to the judge's discretion, with one possible exception.
Regarding the clothing of the victims in this case, the clothing would be a shirt and pants that Dawson was wearing, pajamas and a bathrobe that Cora was wearing. There's a small amount of bodily fluid on the pajamas, and then pajamas that Callan was wearing. But although some of the material has been cut as they were cut away from the children, as EMS were working on them, trying to save them, there's nothing about the clothing that I think would suggest the need for restriction of publication of those items.
Defense attorney Kevin Reddington sided with Meyer while making comments about the prosecution's case, leading to this exchange with both Sprague and Judge William Sullivan.
I agree with Mr. Meyer's request, as I told you with the sidebar. I think it's very appropriate. I think he argued it effectively. I think that Your Honor is well aware that you have the authority under the SJC rules to enter limiting orders, if you will, as to publication, as to what media can publish, what photographs they could look at and report. And I agree with what he had indicated to you in his argument.
All right.
But I still want to say that I think it's reprehensible the way the government is trying this case.
Your Honor, if I may, I'd just like to say that I understand why defense counsel would want to brush past what happened to these children, whitewash away what happened, and focus on something else.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to end that now. All right?
So he gets an opportunity to say it.
No. I stopped that.
Sullivan said he'll make a ruling on the matter this morning. The second issue involved allowing witnesses, which Sullivan said will be determined at the moment before each new witness takes the stand. Opening statements expected to take place on Monday in the Clancy trial.
Who wants to cook in the summer? Get away from the stove and go straight to Bonji's Turkey Roost in Duxbury. Try the Bonji's Picnic Pack. It's stocked with Bonji's Grade A USDA world-famous fried chicken, jumbo taters, macaroni salad, and coleslaw. It's quite a crowd pleaser. And Bonji's sandwiches always satisfy. Whether it's their tender turkey salad sandwich or the juicy sliced turkey sandwich, everyone will have a smile on their face with a sandwich from Bonji's. Pick up potato salad, chicken salad, and lots more. How about a full turkey dinner with all the fixins? It's waiting for you at Bonji's. And don't forget dessert. Bonji's has apple, blueberry, pecan, and peach pies, along with other fantastic dessert selections. We haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg of everything Bonji's has to offer. View their full, delicious, time-saving menu at bonjis.com. Route 53 in Duxbury. Call 781-585-2392. Stop cooking and start eating. Summer's made easy with Bonji's.
7:35 on 95.9. News now brought to you by Mutual of Omaha, your local reverse mortgage specialist. Contact David Tortolot today at 617-797-3277. Special election being held tomorrow in Marshfield to fill a vacancy on the select board. Candidates Joe Pasevich, Chris Rowland, and Jack Griffin vying for the open seat created by the resignation by Trish Simpson a few months ago. During WATD's political forum, Pasevich and Rowland were asked about their short and long-term plans for the town. Griffin did not participate in the forum. Pasevich favors providing more access to affordable housing and protecting the town's environment.
Being on the Housing Authority and having advocated for the ability to work on the problem of affordable housing. I mean, in affordable housing, there's a lot of aspects to that. There's the cost of living, there's taxes, there's actual physical accommodation, et cetera. And I think we need to look for more opportunities, again, through gauging from what people are thinking and what they think they need, how we can address that problem. I think affordable housing needs to become a more important component of how we institute or apply a plan for the town. And as long as it's compatible and it doesn't harm the environment, there's a lot more that can be done to protect the environment in Marshfield. We've been lax in that regard. Conservation Commission needs an expanded role in some of those things. But basically, to maintain a safe and healthy environment in Marshfield should be the main guiding principle.
Roland wants better financial management in Marshfield.
Town meeting voted to have the opportunity to vote to stop the bleeding in this town and do it in the short term. And in the long term, as a select board member, you get in there, you work with the other select board members, and you build good fiscal policy, and you meet with the town administrator, and you meet with the department heads on a regular basis, and you understand how are they managing the budget. You build a budget, they do their budget request, you work with them to figure out what are those numbers going to look like? Are they going to be okay with those numbers? Can they operate successfully with those numbers? And then you work with them to make sure they're managing the budget. And I mean, I think that's kind of the long-term plan, and use proper fiscal responsibility and good fiscal planning in the long term.
Marshfield Select Board special election tomorrow, Saturday. Polls are open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's in the high school gym. WATD will have results online at 959watd.com and on our Sunday midday report. And again, Marshfield's special election is tomorrow. We'll be back with traffic and weather right after this.
I'm here with David Tortolot, a local certified reverse mortgage professional with Mutual of Omaha Reverse Mortgage. David, is it true that you can take out a reverse mortgage when purchasing a new home?
That's correct, Rob. If you're 62 or older and are looking to sell your existing home and buy a new home for whatever reason, you can actually take out a reverse mortgage on the new home you're purchasing. And since it's a reverse mortgage, you won't be required to make monthly principal and interest mortgage payments like you would on all other mortgages.
Well, that's good to know, David. What's the best way to find out more about the reverse mortgage purchase program?
Just give me a call.
617-797-3277. NMLS number 46902. Lender NMLS number 1025894. Equal housing lender. Borrower must occupy home as primary residence and remain current on property taxes, homeowners insurance, the cost of home maintenance, and any HOA fees.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning at 7:39, and your ride this morning, still a tough one along Route 24, where we've got a right lane crash prior to 495, and it's still there. They've got the right lane taken, breakdown lane taken. Traffic is slow back to 140, so it's tough out of Taunton into Raynham on Route 24. Beyond there, it looks like you're okay, heading up through Brockton and Avon. Route 3 on the South Shore looks good this morning. A nice ride, Plymouth up to Weymouth. Southbound slow about a mile at the Sagamore. 25 East is just slow on the approach to the Bourne. And the expressway is slow from Granite Ave up to Southampton Street. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
What a beautiful morning. We've had low humidity move in. That's going to stay with us. Sunshine and a blue sky. The high 83, though, anywhere east of Route 3A, a coastal sea breeze will hold the temperature near 75 along our beaches and coastal shoreline neighborhoods. Tonight, fair, the low 58, 63 in the city. Once again, we can see some patchy fog early tomorrow morning, as we saw this morning, especially some low spots. And then a beautiful day tomorrow with sunshine for the most part, a high in the low 80s, mid-70s, again, cooler at the coast, and with high pressure nearby right into Sunday. An ocean breeze, the high 76, reaching for the low 80s well inland with sunshine and a few clouds. Monday, sun will mix with clouds, a high of 84. This is Chamber of Commerce weather here on the South Shore. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
And beautiful out there, just beautiful. 65 degrees outside. Our South Shore Studios, 7:41. It's Friday. I'm Christine James. We've got more for you. We've got Rob Hakala right there in the driver's seat on 95.9 WATD.
Friday edition of the Morning News. Great to have you here on the radio. 95.9 FM, Audacy on the app. And, of course, WATD Radio on YouTube. We got the live feed up. You can see myself here in the studio. Christine James is in the news booth this morning. A rare Friday sighting, ladies and gentlemen. A rare
Yes, I flew in.
On a Friday, we are observing Christine James in her natural habitat in the news booth.
Yes, having some of the natural Dunkin' Donuts tea.
Yes, which I got at the drive-thru, and it's
That's right.
National Drive-Thru Day.
Oh, it says
we love our drive-thrus.
Rob H.
Yeah, get a mobile
Right on.
pickup order.
You know, they put if you could do Chick-fil-A, they put something on there too. They describe your car.
Yes.
And then they have your name on it.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I love it. I've been to the one in Plymouth, and then I went to the one in Hanover. I know what it was. Yeah, I had what little hair I have cut on Tuesday, and then I was going to take care of a couple of errands, and I knew there was a Chick-fil-A in Hanover, and I said, I'm going to go drive by on 53 in Hanover, see my old hometown, and I said, you know what? I'm going to pull into that Chick-fil-A and get myself some chicken strips. I'll be good. I'll just get just a piece or two of chicken. Then I said, you know what? Get those waffle fries too, Rob. You want that addictive salt. And so I did, and I said, yeah. And by the way, they were nice. They had like 4 people walking the line, making sure, checking your order. And they're like, what do you want? Sir, can I first get a name? And then you put the name, and then you're right. And then I went around the corner, and they're like, Rob? And I'm like, yes, it's me. And then I see you're right on the cup. It said Black Tucson or something like that or whatever. But they're so good. They just have it down. And that's where, you can say, all fast food restaurants stink or drive-through stink or, there aren't any good workers anymore. But I oftentimes think it comes to company leadership and company practices and protocols because you will still see it. In some places you won't.
I agree. That flows from the top.
Yeah. So Drive-Through Day, National Drive-Through Day, you can check in on that. Also, if you want to check in on road rage issues, you can because we talked about the road rage event in Hingham. We've been discussing that. I suppose you could talk about they finally have the jury all seated for the Clancy trial. There's really not much I can it's just going to be awful. There's no...
Yes, it will.
No winners, a lot of graphic testimony you'll be hearing. We know they had to go through a lot of people to get the jury all seated, but it is ready to go. So we'll be moving forward as the Commonwealth makes their case and the defense makes their case. And what's going to happen basically to Lindsay Clancy. Nobody denies what happens. Nobody says that she didn't commit the actions, but is she criminally responsible? Is she mentally not cognizant of what she was doing? I don't know. I mean, again, I don't see how she could ever be living outside. She would have to stay in some kind of facility probably for the rest of her life, although I guess with her condition as well, she's kind of living in a hell right now. And I don't, it's tough to see how anybody can come back. I don't know how the husband could get over that either as well. No one would. Let's see. You can also text in on. Yes, this is it's a sad story, Christine. Yeah, I saw this video yesterday. It was posted by our good friend Jay Gonzalez from Curry College. As you know, he is the president of Curry College. Mm-hmm. He had a long career in working for government and took over following the retirement of the previous Curry president. And he's been there a few years now, I believe, Christine. And I remember going to his, what do they call that when he first comes in and is introduced? I'm sorry, I don't know the proper name for the college ceremony. Induction?
Induction.
Maybe. He was introduced and they brought up to the stage a little puppy whose name was Graham, and it was one of, he of course, Jay Gonzalez comes in, president of Curry College, and one of the things he wanted to do as a way to assist and to help and to connect with students was to bring a comfort dog to the college named Graham, Christine, which was never done before. And Graham, as you know, the former trustee of Curry College, Alexander Graham Bell. And so Graham, I went and saw him as a puppy. I have a photo of him right up on stage. It looked so cute when they were bringing him there.
Yeah.
And so this is a sad story. There's some sad health news. And you know this so much, Christine, when you think of dogs and their lifespans. And
wish they lived longer.
Yeah. And they bring us so much joy. And so they are celebrating Graham as the Curry president, Jay Gonzalez, and his wife, Cindy. They posted a video yesterday to talk about Graham, who had a health issue. So Let's see if I can pull that up there. Yeah, let me get this up here for you. Sorry, it's just a little bit loading here, but I do want to get that audio up there for you to hear about this. Here it is.
He had surgery a couple of days ago to remove the tumor and the pain it was causing him. But the tumor was cancerous, and the cancer has spread to other parts of his body. The vet says that Graham probably only has a few weeks to live. Cindy and I are devastated. Graham has been part of our family for 2.5 years.
Yeah, that's right.
He's given us so much joy. We love taking him for walks around campus, taking him to the dog park where he loves playing with other dogs, lounging on this couch with him while we watch football or golf, and so much more. He's our boy, and we're going to miss him so much. But we know he's not just part of our family. He's part of yours too. Cindy and I got Graham from an incredible organization called Gofi that breeds and trains dogs to be there for people. We got him to be a comfort dog for the Curry community. And there is no dog that could have filled that role better than Graham. He joined us at Curry as a puppy, and from that day on, he's been a consistent and positive presence at Curry. We love how much joy he's brought to so many of you. He stopped to let thousands of you pet him when he sees you walking around campus.
That's so true.
He's been there for our student athletes, rooting them on at their games, visited students in classes, attended student club events, celebrated with everyone at homecoming and family weekends. He's helped many new first-year students move into their rooms and greeted prospective students and families who were visiting campus, and so much more.
Yeah. I was thinking it was just so sad because I was thinking about all the Curry interns we've had over the last few years, like Jack and others, that talked about how special it was, because it was something I didn't have that when I went to Curry. There was no comfort dog, but when I would go back and I got to meet Graham, I was like, wow, this is really nice. And, obviously everybody loves a puppy, and he was growing up, and I thought he would, grow to be there many, many years. And so this is obviously unexpected, Christine. So.
It is so sad. Always never gets easier, Rob.
No.
And I do wish they lived
how
longer.
How many dogs have you had all your life? Several, right?
Oh, it's interesting. We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
In my married life, we were on dogs 12 and 13.
Wow. Because you've had dogs right from the beginning.
Yes, always did. In fact, we first got married because there was a story behind each one. We actually had, within like a year, we had 4 dogs. But there was a story behind each one. And they all lived to pretty old ages, and these are 2 big labs and two big mutts, and they all lived to at least 15, and they were all sort of close in age. So for a while, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm running the geriatric hospital. But they were such a great, we call them the original Fab Four, such a great source of happiness and joy. Dogs really, to me, exemplify the joy in life. I've always had dogs and cats too from the time I was a kid.
Yeah.
Always. My dogs just haven't been very cat friendly, so haven't been able to do that as an adult. But I can't imagine a life without them.
No. Have you? And will you continue to get them? Have you guys talked about?
Yes, as long as we can take care of them.
Yeah, because some people I know, when it gets either too much and sometimes they can't get another one. Have you ever felt that way? Have you always wanted? No.
It's
okay.
And again, too.
What's the most you've had at one time? The
4.
4.
Yeah,
okay.
4. I know.
That's been the high. Okay.
I know, and it was funny. My mother couldn't get over that because my grandmother was another animal nut. She had 5 dogs.
Oh wow!
So,
yeah, I see where you.
And as my mother said, but yours are better behaved.
Oh yes.
than hers.
She remembers.
Right,
yeah.
she did, because she was the one who ended up taking care of them. So, but she never stopped us as kids from having them, because we always had dogs and cats, and always 2, because having 2 dogs to me is easier than 1. Because dogs want to be with other dogs. It's easier. And all that crazy energy, especially when they're young and back and forth, they do it with each other, and they don't get super dependent on you.
Yeah.
And that's just always what we've done, and it's worked out.
And probably, you're right. They have somebody to have activity with, and
the crazy zoomies and
less depressed sometimes too if no one's around.
They're they're social beings.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna miss Graham, that's for sure. And oh boy, it's so sad. I was watching that video yesterday. I couldn't help it. I was getting emotional just listening to Jay. By the way,
but think about how much joy this dog spread, and think about the people who maybe couldn't grow up with dogs, or maybe parents wouldn't let them, and here they've got what looks like a stuffed animal come to life, and maybe didn't have experience. I mean, look at the comfort dogs here in Plymouth County. When we talked with Tim Cruz about that, they thought it would be a good program. They didn't know it would be as successful as it has become, and helping the dogs, helping out kids and adults in difficult situations, just making things a little bit easier. Kids reading to the dogs, providing just. Sometimes it's just a very neutral, loving, giving thing to have in a difficult situation. Who couldn't use that?
Yeah.
It's part of our basic human instinct. Look at the way little kids hug stuffed animals.
Yeah, very basic instinct, you're right.
Sure.
Well, we're going to miss Graham, and they will, by the way, be putting information on when those that, knew the dog, they're allowing alum and faculty and staff a chance to visit him before ultimately the cancer takes him. So there'll be more on that from Curry College. So just passing that along in case you missed out on that message and you are a Curry grad or know someone, tell them about Graham.
Oh, a hug and a pat and a kiss for Graham.
Yeah. It is traffic and weather time now, and 24, the crash, I think it's clearing now before 495. It has. Okay, thank you. 24 north before 495, you're back to 140, but all lanes are reopening now, getting by there. Then you're okay through Brockton and Avon. Route 3 northbound is fine. Southbound is slow about a mile at the Sagamore. 25 east slow at the Bourne. And the expressway heavy from Granite Ave up towards Columbia Road. South Shore weather. Let's get the details here for you. Sponsored by the Life Care Center of the South Shore. They're looking to hire full-time, part-time, and per diem nurses and nursing assistants for all shifts. Contact them directly or visit lifecarecareers.com. Beautiful, bright sunshine, low humidity, a high 83, coastal sea breeze, be 75 at the coast. Tonight, fair, comfortable, low 58, really nice. Tomorrow, sun, a few clouds, a high near 83, a sea breeze near the coast, 75 tomorrow. Chamber of Commerce weather. Enjoy it. Should be great through the weekend.
Hi, I'm Beth Burke, Director of Admissions and Marketing at Life Care Center of the South Shore.
And I'm Sam Corey, Executive Director of Life Care Center of the South Shore. Choosing a nursing home for short-term rehab or long-term care is serious business. You want a place whose focus is on great care, exceptional rehab, and a clean, home-like environment. We will do whatever it takes to not only meet, but exceed those expectations.
We have new clinicians dedicated to education and oversight and caring staff that continue to give 100% to provide the best care for short-term rehab and long-term care. There's a reason that U.S. News and World Report has rated us in the top 13% of nursing homes in the country. We're putting the care back in healthcare.
If you or a loved one is in need of post-acute rehab, or if it is time to explore options for long-term care, call us at 781-545-1370. That's 781-545-1370. Life Care Center of the South Shore, doing whatever it takes and then some.
WATD Sports, sponsored by Cape Cod 5. Cape Cod 5, passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Massachusetts. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today. Cape Cod 5. All right, back to work for the Red Sox tonight. They'll take on the Toronto Blue Jays at Fenway. First of three. First pitch tonight at 7:15. The New England Revolution tomorrow night will be in Foxborough. They will host Atlanta United. And Patriots training camp, the veterans reporting to Foxborough today. Tomorrow, training camp will be open to the public if you'd like to go there. The training camp will be at 10:15. Parking lots open at 8. The gates open up at 9:15. That's your update on sports. Sponsored by Cape Cod 5. Check out again their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today. Cape Cod 5.
At Cape Cod 5, we know that strong businesses create strong communities. That's why we're committed to being more than just a bank. We're a trusted financial partner dedicated to helping businesses of all sizes thrive. Whether it's a local business looking for its first loan, a family-owned business planning for the next generation, or an expanding company seeking new opportunities, we provide the financial solutions and personalized support to fuel success. Reach out to us. We're here to help. CapeCod5.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 401717.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first. But when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
I'm Joe Pasevich, candidate for Marshfield Selectman in the special election on Saturday, July 25th at the high school from 8 to 4. Town insiders want the residents to believe that there's a $7 million deficit in the town's budget requiring an immediate tax override. That's a hoax. And town insiders boast that I'm going to lose this coming Saturday. They are wrong. Please help me to prove it. I'm Joe Pasevich. With your vote, I will become your next selectman.
Paid for by the committee to elect Joe Pasevich.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, full-time real estate agent and broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. My co-host, Melissa Wallace, and I talk Real Estate Roundtable. We can't wait to connect with you at bringing you all the insights, tips, and trends in real estate here on WATD, so we can talk real estate.
Talk Real Estate Roundtable with Sharon McNamara and Melissa Wallace, Saturday mornings at 8 on 95.9 WATD. Great to have you here on a Friday. 8 o'clock news coming up from ABC. We'll get more on the conflict with Iran and how it is intensifying. More on that from ABC. Local news with Christine James at 8:02. And, of course, you on the text line, 781-837-4900. That's our text line, 781-837-4900. Sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. 7:59 WATD's traffic and weather on the 9s and the ride on 24 northbound. Slow as you make your way past Route 44. We had an earlier crash near 495. That's gone. Route 3 looks good. Plymouth to Weymouth. Southbound, we've got delay approaching the Sagamore Bridge, about a mile. 25 east is slow at the Bourne. Northbound Expressway is busy from Granite Ave up towards Columbia Road. And 93 looks good through Braintree and Canton. No problems on 128 up through Dedham and Needham. South Shore weather. Beautiful bright sunshine, low humidity today. The high up about 83, 75 with a coastal sea breeze for tonight. Fair, comfortable, low 58. Tomorrow looks good. Sun, a few clouds, 83. 66 in Marshfield. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock.
This is the South Shores radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD, here for What's Next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Another night of blistering attacks in the Middle East. The White House and Iran hitting one another once again.
Sources tell ABC News one option under consideration is a return to the kind of full-scale strikes seen in the opening days of the war. The conflict is already expanding, with Iranian-backed Houthi rebels attacking 2 Saudi oil tankers in the Red Sea, choking another key waterway.
ABC Chief White House Correspondent Mary Bruce. A series of explosions sounding near a military base hosting U.S. forces in northern Iraq this morning as well. President Trump's latest set of tariff hikes provoking strong objections from America's one-time reliable trading partners since the Supreme Court struck down the previous tariffs. The administration is now claiming that the taxes are because those countries used forced labor to make their products. They strongly disagree. The EU Commission ruling that TikTok fails to protect minors on its platform. This is ABC News. About 90 miles north of Seattle, a dramatic rescue off the coast of Washington State. ABC's Jeff Pogela reports.
The aircraft crashed in the San Juan Islands near the maritime border with Canada. Data from FlightAware.com indicates the plane went down in the water not too far from the shores of a remote island, accessible only by boat. The plane's operator, Kenmore Air, says the flight left Seattle's Lake Union at around 4:30 with 10 passengers and a pilot on board. All have been rescued and some are receiving medical treatment. The cause of the crash has not been determined, but thunderstorms were reported in the area. Jeff Pogela, ABC News, Seattle.
Comic-Con begins today in San Diego with participants like P.J. Richardson stoked.
We've done our convention in Orlando a lot, but never been to this one. It's the Mecca. You know, it's once in a lifetime, so we had to come.
The massive annual comic and pop culture festival features celebrity panels, cosplay, and previews of movies and games set for the coming year. It runs through Sunday. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
95.9 WATD.com.
66 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 8:02. Meteorologist Rob Gilman says beautiful today. Bright sunshine, low humidity, your high 83. A little cooler along the coastlines in the mid-70s. News this hour brought to you by Bellstar Jewelry. Tax-free weekend. It's August 8th and 9th. Beat the rush. Shop Bellstar Jewelry now. Behold your purchase so your sale is processed tax-free that weekend. Shop Bellstar Jewelry in the Anderson Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. An apparent road rage incident between two drivers that began on Route 228 in Hingham spilled into the Hingham Public Library parking lot where shots were fired. Police Lieutenant Stephen Dirth said officers responded to the library on Leavitt Street. This was about 4:20 yesterday afternoon for a report of shots fired. A passenger in one of the cars shot at another driver, claiming self-defense. The shooter, licensed to carry a firearm and stayed on scene. The gun recovered at the scene by officers. The other driver left before officers arrived. The shooter was injured but was not shot and was transported to a local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they're looking for the other driver. No charges have been filed yet. That investigation remains ongoing.
Jewelry is more than something you wear. It's a celebration, a milestone, a family story. The pieces you treasure today become the memories you'll pass on tomorrow. That's why generations of South Shore families have trusted Bellstar Jewelry in Pembroke for expert repair, restoration, and guidance. The Frasca family is proud to continue the tradition of personal service and craftsmanship that customers have relied on for decades. Visit Bellstar Jewelry at Anderson Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke, or online at bellstarjewelry.com. A trusted jeweler is your best advisor. Bellstar Jewelry.
8:04 on 95.9 News Now, sponsored by South Shore Gutter Monkeys. Experience exceptional care for your home with professional gutter cleaning, repair, and installation services. Contact South Shore Gutter Monkeys for a free estimate today. Well, two hearings were held ahead of the trial of Lindsay Clancy, the Duxbury woman accused of strangling her 3 children in 2023. The first hearing involved media coverage of certain evidence, and the second involved witness testimony, with defense attorney Kevin Reddington asking some first responders be restricted.
Without sounding as though I'm trying to minimize the horror of what transpired here and what these good employees of the municipalities had to endure and see, and probably to this day are suffering post-traumatic stress from it. Legally and objectively, I suggest to Your Honor that it serves no purpose other than to inflame or try to inflame the passions of the jury, one right after the other, offering them water, offering them time to gather themselves. And it may have worked in the grand jury, but it shouldn't work in a jury trial.
Prosecutor Jennifer Sprague argued that it was a chaotic scene with many first responders involved, with treatment of 5 people, the 3 children and both parents.
The Commonwealth did not choose the number of victims, the defendant did. The Commonwealth did not choose the ages of the victims, the defendant did. The Commonwealth did not choose the horrific nature in which they died, the defendant did. It is not the Commonwealth putting on a circus or a parade, it's the Commonwealth presenting the evidence in this case to prove that the defendant killed those children in the manner in which they were killed. Now, if defense would like us to reduce some of these witnesses, that would mean not talking about one of the children. So if he would like to tell me which of these children don't matter.
You know what? I'll tell you, we don't need that. All right? We don't need that. The question right now for both of you is this is a motion saying that there's going to be cumulative evidence. I don't know what's going to be presented. So how can I say that witness 2 doesn't bring anything extra after witness 1? I understand the theory. The Commonwealth, and I'm not telling the Commonwealth how to try their case. I'm not. And I guess the issue has been brought up that the defendant views the Commonwealth's approach one way. The Commonwealth views it a different way. I'm the one who's going to have to decide, and I don't have anywhere near enough information right now to determine if something violates, Section 403. But I understand the Commonwealth's position. There are a number of witnesses, and they all may very well bring something unique to the Commonwealth's case. So it's really what I'm probably going to be doing as we go through this is have everybody come over here to the sidebar, hopefully calmly, talking about an offer of proof. And is this witness bringing something? If they do, fine.
Judge William Sullivan said he would make a decision regarding media coverage this morning. Opening statements expected to begin on Monday before a final jury made up of 12 women and 6 men. Marshfield Community Christmas, celebrating Christmas in July. You're invited this Saturday, tomorrow, 3 to 6 at the Jetty down in Brant Rock as we're to stop for food, fun, raffles, music, and more, all to benefit Marshfield Community Christmas.
And we're going to have live entertainment. We're going to have free appetizers, a 50-50 raffle, another raffle where you may win prizes from local businesses and services within the Marshfield area. We'll have over 50 gift cards to bid on. There will also be a best dressed contest, so make sure you wear your very best Christmas outfit. And finally, Santa and Mrs. Claus will once again be making an appearance. Now, there will be, Christine, a $10 donation required to participate in the raffles and enjoy the free appetizer.
Marshfield Community Christmas works to make sure those children who might not otherwise have anything under the tree at Christmas get to celebrate the joy of Christmas with a few special gifts and a family meal. For more information, go to marshfieldcommunitychristmas.com.
I'm Bobby Downspout of the South Shore Gutter Monkeys, and today we recognize another everyday American hero, the South Shore Gutter Monkey Gutter Installation Team.
No I in team.
Covering the entire South Shore, these defenders of drainage will remove your old gutters and scrape and paint the fascia board so the surface is South Shore Gutter Monkey approved.
We're talking smooth.
Replacing damaged trim is no problem for these woodworking primates, and with the gutter installation truck right on the premises, these aerial artisans of extruded aluminum will custom build and install your new gutters, with every member of the team actually using a level for proper pitch. And with the benefit of battery-operated tools and the use of the opposable thumb, these prehensiled primates of the sky will install your new gutters behind the drip edge and double seal your end caps and miters for a lifelong watertight seal.
Yowza!
To see a live performance at your home, call the South Shore Gutter Monkeys at 508-477-9100.
Now write that number down.
Or visit SouthShoreGutterMonkeys.com.
Take it, Johnny.
No monkeys were harmed in the making of this commercial.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9.
Good morning. It is 8:09, your Friday morning drive, and the expressway northbound busy from Granite Ave up towards Southampton Street. It's about 17 minutes, Braintree to Boston. Southbound's going to be heavier with volume. Usually you see more on Friday morning going in the other direction. It's 20 minutes from Boston down to Braintree. Route 3 on the South Shore looks pretty good northbound. Southbound just starting to see a little more company at the Derby Street lane drop in Hingham. Then slow down at the Sagamore. 25 East, a little busy at the Bourne. Not seeing any major delays on 24 or 128. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
What a beautiful morning. We've had low humidity move in. That's going to stay with us. Sunshine and a blue sky. The high 83, though, anywhere east of Route 3A, a coastal sea breeze will hold the temperature near 75 along our beaches and coastal shoreline neighborhoods. Tonight, fair, the low 58, 63 in the city. Once again, we can see some patchy fog early tomorrow morning, as we saw this morning, especially some low spots. And then a beautiful day tomorrow with sunshine for the most part, a high in the low 80s, mid-70s again, cooler at the coast, and with high pressure nearby right into Sunday. An ocean breeze, the high 76, reaching for the low 80s well inland with sunshine and a few clouds. Monday's sun will mix with clouds, a high of 84. This is Chamber of Commerce weather here on the South Shore. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Moving up to 67 degrees outside our South Shore studios, 8:11 on a Friday. I'm Christine James. We've got more for you with Rob Hakala right here, 95.9 WATD.
Friday edition of the South Shore's Morning News. Rob Hakala with the morning team. Christine James in our newsroom on Friday. Bongos, please. All right. Thank you very much. Text line 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. It's National Drive-Thru Day, celebrating our drive-thru, something that we as Americans do enjoy. We enjoy convenience. We love to be lazy. Drive-thrus are great. Food, please come up. Have a burger and french fries. Supersize that for me, please. I'm in my car. I cannot leave. Of course, coffee, very popular. The drive-thru bank teller, very important. I didn't really use one, to be honest, until COVID. That was one of the first times I started to use it. I used to love to go in all the time. And now I do again sometimes. But yeah, that was the first time, it was kind of fun. I always, remember going with my mom and seeing the little, the tube, and it shoots through with the air and everything. That's kind of fun to watch as a kid. And it's magical when a lollipop, Christine, comes back through the tube and you open it up and,
yes.
They used to send that in the little envelope.
And a dog biscuit sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, what are they? Pneumatic tubes or something, right? You push and it just goes shooting up through the little pipe there. That's kind of fun, right? They used to send messages around there. So drive-thrus are great. Drive-through liquor stores, they exist, right, in the U.S. Not around. It always seemed to me that that's a weird thing. That seems like that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, open the window, just throw the booze in the window.
I guess they are legal in some states. Is that true?
I don't know. It just doesn't seem
a good
like
idea.
there's enough safeguards.
It doesn't make sense, yeah. What other kind of drive-thrus? I think
there's a place in New Hampshire that I go to, a grain and feed and seed stores. You can do drive-thru and pick up bags of dog food. And every time I pull in there, it's like, okay, 40-pound bag of whatever, and I want to order a cheeseburger at the same time, but it doesn't happen.
Okay,
dog food. It's just so different,
So what kind of things can you get?
A case of Yukonuba or whatever, a bag of Mother Hubbard dog biscuits.
Drive-thrus
small,
are fun.
Original flavor.
Oh, my gosh.
And then you just say flip open the, if you've got an SUV, just flip open the back.
And it just goes right in.
Yes,
okay.
they come out and do that.
Great.
I thought that was smart because, especially when you're buying in bulk like that stuff is heavy.
Yes. Yeah, it does weigh a lot. So that's kind of an interesting drive-thru. I think there were drive-through churches, I believe. That's a true thing, right? Mm-hmm. Drive-through churches or at least
the pharmacies now.
Pharmacies, you're right, yeah. Pharmacy, drive-through. Pharmacy, drive-through.
They just want you to lie in your car until you mold with it and become one.
Yeah, one with the car.
And then maybe somebody in one of those driverless cars can ram into you.
Yeah, in your Waymo, which I guess now they say, although the study did say more research is needed, but they do say, speaking of road rage, that the driverless cars will get into less rear-end collisions. Because I guess I could believe that they could probably calculate the distance between the front object better than you could with a human eye. I get that the sensors. I just don't think it's ready, or at least is not ready with humans doing most of the driving and then machines mixed in. I feel like the mix is just a recipe
for disaster.
Yeah, because there's just too many
I'm not comfortable with that
unknowns,
yet, Rob.
So I'm not ready to go in one, but you can text it on that. Let's see. Julie from Plymouth wanted to check in Providence. There's a drive-through dispensary for, I guess, marijuana. That would, I guess, it's, again, I never thought I'd be talking about that in 2026, but that's a true thing, right? Dispensaries, perhaps a drive-through. So, I guess when it comes to the other thing, though, with coffee and the rest of it, though, you want to try to make the order as you can the most simple, because I think if the drive-through, if you're going to go in for something very complicated, I think that's better to go in. Don't you think it's important to kind of help out your fellow driver by being as quick as you can?
Yes, but some people never get that concept.
No.
Rob. We've talked about this before about sometimes ordering
I'd like to
tea
make a
in the
couple
drive.
of modifications.
Yeah, or just ordering tea and getting coffee with a tea bag, which I've gotten. And what's the other one? Hot tea, milk and sugar. Just getting hot water.
I know.
With milk and sugar.
So this
that was
is
an interesting.
combining drive-through with road rage.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of those two
topics. Could you see
topics.
that a little bit?
Yeah,
someone ramming
sometimes
someone.
you always wonder. And again, this is the thing where you have no idea whether they're going through or having a bad day or something. But you're always like, what are they doing up there?
I know, sir.
And it's the same. I'm sorry. I felt that way, too, like at an ATM.
15 mocha lattes.
I just wanted to go in and get $70 out of the ATM, and it seems like someone is doing some kind of whole huge financial transaction or something. You just see it like, what's going on up there?
And I thought there was a limit. I got behind somebody in an ATM one time, and they looked official because the lady had on one of those reflective vests. So I thought, well, she must be taking a break from some road crew.
Yeah.
Rob, she made like 15 transactions on the ATM. I'm thinking maybe it looked like different cards. I don't know. Maybe she had just robbed someone's car and was just going into the machine.
Now, was she in a vest in a car, or was she just standing there?
No, she was standing at the drive-through.
At the drive-through ATM?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I finally had to leave because I had to be somewhere.
Now, did you rev your engine a little bit just to put some heat
no,
on it?
I beeped at her because I have tinted windows. No, I didn't do that. I just left.
No.
Don't you hate that when people do that?
Yeah, I know.
Well, and again, I find being a woman, especially younger years, the guys that rev their engines at you at the intersections.
Yes, what is
seriously?
that?
I'm sorry.
That's a male thing, right? It's a guy thing.
You're someone I'd love to meet immediately.
And what is the thing about the people that have to every time there's a straightaway that feel like they're on some kind of racing strip? I still hear it from my house in the distance. There's one road, and I hear
because it's there, Rob.
Yeah, and
welcome to Indy.
Yeah, well, good. At least they have enough testosterone still. Good for them. All right, let's see. 781-837-4900. MC from Manomet. I do remember reading about this, true, a drive-through funeral home. Is that true, where you could pay your respects, I think, by driving through, which again...
Oh, so just like a wake.
Yeah, I think...
Not like,
not for
like
service,
taking a body out of the back.
No, I think you're probably right that you probably would go by and... I don't know how it works, but somewhere out in the west or the south, I do feel like it was. And they have the person or whatever behind this window, and you just go around and pay your respects that way and stay in your car as opposed to coming out.
Yeah, so he looks great. Can I order a cheeseburger?
It's
that whole mechanism.
It's a little awkward, though, isn't it?
Very strange to me.
To see if it wasn't, some things don't seem appropriate for drive-thrus, but, who am I to judge? Maybe some people, as long as you can give your respects, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 781-837-4900 if you want to text in about drive-thrus. I did read the story, as you know, Christine. They are testing, I'm sure I don't know if I talked about it with you or that McDonald's is hoping to phase out, remember, all people from doing the drive-through part, that eventually the AI is going to be so good that they can redirect their employees to do more important things as opposed to...
Like what? I thought human interaction's pretty important.
We don't know what they're going to say.
Special orders don't upset us.
Well, this one will be able to speak in multiple languages, so you can come up and it'll talk to you, and it'll be intuitive, and we'll speak in very clear, English or Spanish or German or French. I don't know how many languages, but you'll be able to speak to it, and you can go, oh, wait a minute, I want to change my order, and they're hoping that this will replace most of the people, I think. Because again,
you mean like the woman at the McDonald's Floridas? They got in the fight with the guy with the straw and then gave him a roundhouse punch?
Yes.
People
well,
like
you
that?
could still fight with somebody at the window, but you wouldn't fight over those.
So you're leaving
speaker
that
areas.
option on the table.
Yeah, that they will, because you'll still need a human for that part, at least for now. They can figure out a way to do it. As I said, I'm sure that some people in a boardroom would love to have no people at all, to just have a box that makes food somehow.
And just have you drive by and
because it's all AI, right, Christine? It's the future.
It's pretty scary.
It's going to take over. How about AIs going rogue? Listen to this.
I saw that. Back in 2023, our Rebecca Jarvis asked OpenAI CEO Sam Altman about the possibility of his AI models escaping.
The model itself, can it take the place of that human? Could it become more powerful than that human?
It waits until someone gives it an input. This is a tool that is very much in human control.
Bipartisan legislation introduced would authorize the Homeland Security Department to slow down or stop an AI system that has the potential to cause catastrophic harm.
Welcome to the future, my friends. There you go, as if you didn't have enough to worry about in life.
Yeah, but didn't they just have an incident in the past week with some
Yes.
AI
I think
being or whatever it is going rogue. That's something right off of the Twilight Zone, Rob.
Well, yes, and it makes me
for your approval. I
makes
don't
me
approve.
no, because I feel like that the Open AI says AI went rogue and hacked the startup after it lost control of them during a security test. Because
like
will
that?
the AI try to, will it want to do this? And will AI attack another AI? And will there be Chinese AI that attacks U.S. AI? Or
Sure,
the AI
it's
says,
possible.
forget it, all of you humans stink. And, and then you go Terminator.
It's already in the out of the bag.
know?
They're trying to control something.
Oh,
I mean,
so-
look how successful they've been controlling social media with people too young that should be on it.
I know.
I mean, let's be realistic here.
It's pretty scary stuff.
It is. It's
Pretty
very scary.
All right. Well, text in if you're real or AI. Text us now, 781-837-4900. All right, let's get a look at the roads and the weather forecast. And we are looking at delays on the expressway from Neponset up towards Southampton Street. Not bad, though. Lighter volume. Route 3 on the southbound side, we have delays. Northbound looks good. Southbound is slow at the Sagamore Bridge, about a mile. 25 east is just slow at the board. Not too bad on 24 or 128. South Shore weather. Let's get the weekend weather details for you. And it's sponsored by Sea Plymouth, the official tourism site for the town and county of Plymouth. SeaPlymouth.com. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman.
What a beautiful morning. We had low humidity move in. That's going to stay with us. Sunshine and a blue sky. The high 83, though, anywhere east of Route 3A, a coastal sea breeze will hold a temperature near 75 along our beaches and coastal shoreline neighborhoods. Tonight, fair, the low 58, 63 in the city. Once again, we can see some patchy fog early tomorrow morning, as we saw this morning, especially some low spots. And then a beautiful day tomorrow with sunshine for the most part, a high in the low 80s, mid 70s, again cooler at the coast, and with high pressure nearby right into Sunday. An ocean breeze, the high 76, reaching for the low 80s well inland with sunshine and a few clouds. Monday sun will mix with clouds, a high of 84. This is Chamber of Commerce weather here on the South Shore. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thank you, Rob. And right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, the temperature 68 degrees at the weather station WATD. Coming up next, we'll have an update on the morning sports.
There's an electricity in the air and on the ground in downtown Plymouth. This summer and all the way through the Thanksgiving parade, ride from the waterfront to the courthouse or travel all the way down Court Street for free. Simply download the Ride Circuit app on your phone and put in a request for a ride. Park once, ride free. Ride Circuit will pick you up and drop you off anywhere in the Plymouth Historic District. The all-electric vehicles save congestion, pollution, and plenty of hassle. Download the Ride Circuit app today and begin your Plymouth adventure. Sponsored by SeaPlymouth.com and Park Plymouth.
824 WATD Sports. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. Back to work for the Red Sox tonight. They'll take on the Toronto Blue Jays at Fenway starting tonight at 7:15. The Revolution will host Atlanta United tomorrow night at 7:30 in Foxborough. Patriots training camp officially opens for veterans today. The first free public practice is taking place. That's open to the public tomorrow morning. That'll start at 10:15. Now let's get more of the national sports. We'll check in with the AP's Mike Hempen.
AP Sports, I'm Mike Hempen. Quarterback Fernando Mendoza, the top overall pick in this year's NFL draft, has signed with the Las Vegas Raiders, as we hear from correspondent Bruce Morton.
It is a 4-year, $57 million guaranteed deal with a 5th-year option. With this signing, the Silver and Black's entire 10-player 2026 draft class is now under contract.
Carolina Panthers outside linebacker Nick Scorton suffered a torn ACL in his right knee on the first day of training camp. He'll be placed on injured reserve. President Trump has welcomed the Los Angeles Dodgers back to the White House for a second straight year, honoring the team for its 2025 World Series title.
When you talk about a brand, it's one of the great brands anywhere in the world, no matter where you go.
Ben Rhodes Cubs eagle the final hole Thursday for a 9-under 62 and a 2-shot lead after the first round of the 3M Open. I'm Mike Hempen, AP Sports.
How do you know when you can afford to retire? Does your fixed income cover your expenses? For most people, the answer is no. And if it doesn't, how much will you need to draw from your portfolio? Will that draw last for your lifetime if we factor in inflation? How should you invest your accounts and draw from them tax efficiently? Hi, I'm Alyssa McNamara-Reed with McNamara Financial in Marshfield. Give me a call if I can help you determine if you can afford to retire. 781-834-2010.
Hello, this is Duncan Gray of Eldred's Auctioneers and Appraisers and host of the Eldred's Antique Hour. Have you ever thought about the value of lunchboxes from the 1960s or 1970s? Did you know that Henry Ford had an integral part in the creation of the first charcoal briquettes? Please join us here tomorrow morning from 10 to 11 when we continue these discussions and much more with fascinating guests, your call-ins regarding antiques, arts, and auctions, and the historical context that makes these items so interesting. Right here on 95.9 WATD.
Thank you, Duncan, and the Eldred's Antiques Hour. It's a great show, and tune in tomorrow. Duncan is going to have a highlights, a montage show tomorrow with some great segments and interviews. Eldred's Antiques Hour tomorrow from 10 to 11 on 95.9 WATD. This South Shore's Morning News on your Friday with Rob Hakala and the morning team. We'll be with you till 10. The text line is available at 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. And we are coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios, community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. You can check out our beautiful studios here on the YouTube feed, which is up, WATD Radio on YouTube. We do a live web stream from 7 to 10 if you want to watch the show live or go back and catch some of your highlights. WATD Radio on YouTube. We encourage you to like, watch, and subscribe. WATD Radio on YouTube. You can get that link right now from the homepage as well at 959watd.com. Got the 8:30 news coming up with Christine James. We'll get traffic and weather coming up next on the 9s. Right now, it's time for an ABC Tech Trends report on WATD. On the morning news, 8:28 now on your Friday morning. Great to have you along this morning. We'll be with you till 10.
From ABC News Tech Trends. AI and new foldable phones at the heart of Samsung's recent Galaxy Unpacked event. But also taking center stage, new wearables.
Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 is our most powerful Galaxy Watch yet.
Samsung's John Engelhardt says the Ultra 2 packs a battery that can go up to 60 hours on a single charge and can guide you around when you're out exercising.
During your run, you get turn-by-turn navigation.
Dr. Sharon Yadasai works on building health technology at Samsung.
With Galaxy Watch 9, proactive care reaches a new level, helping transform what you learn about your body into smarter, healthier routines.
And later this year, new upgraded sleep apnea tech will be enabled. Both watches will be available in early August. No release date yet, but shown off the upcoming Samsung smart glasses. There won't be a display included. Instead, Samsung is keeping the AI interactions audio only. With Tech Trends, Dave Packer, ABC News.
All right, 8:29, WATD's traffic and weather in the 9s. Northbound expressway slow from the Ponset up towards Southampton Street. So it's busy heading into the city. You got some company there. It's 17 minutes, Braintree to Boston. Southbound's busier, though. 19 minutes, Boston down to Braintree. Route 3 along the South Shore looks good and no problems. Plymouth to Weymouth. Southbound about a mile delay at the Sagamore. 25 East bunches up at the Bourne. And not too bad on 24 or 128. Got some more company, though, definitely heading down to the Cape, and it's starting to slow down in spots on 6 East just a bit as the volume picks up after 132 in Barnstable, and then down by that lane drop where you go from 2 lanes down to 1 at in Dennis. South Shore weather for today, beautiful, bright sunshine, low humidity here in this 24th of July, the high near 83. Coastal sea breeze will make it feel like 75 at the shore. Tonight, fair, comfortable, low 58. Tomorrow, sun, a few clouds, a high 83. A sea breeze near the coast, a high 75. Right now, 69 degrees in Marshfield. Good morning. The time now is 8:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
69 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 8:30. Meteorologist Rob Gilman says beautiful out there today. Bright sunshine, low humidity. Your high 83, a little cooler along the coastline. News this hour brought to you by Tiny & Sons Glass. His boys do a good job. Call 1-888-64-TINIES. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening.
President Trump signaling a possible major escalation in the war in Iran. Trump telling Axios he is, quote, considering a massive attack bigger than ever before, unquote. And the president announced a sweeping new round of tariffs on the top 60 U.S. trading partners, including the European Union.
That's ABC. Meanwhile, lawyers for recently removed Stoughton Police Chief Donna McNamara are questioning the way in which she was removed from that position. Leah Baralt of Baralt & Associates, LLC, sent WATD News a copy of a letter to the law firm of Mead, Tallerman & Costa, LLC, which takes issue with an announcement made by the town yesterday naming Deputy Police Chief James O'Connor as acting chief. Now, the letter referenced Article 3 of the town charter and says that, quote, she is not aware of any votes being taken by the select board regarding the appointment of an acting police chief and wants clarification on who made the appointment and, quote, under what charter or legal authority it was made. Baralt went on to say she believes that McNamara remains the police chief for the town of Stoughton by contract, and she has not resigned, nor has she at any point voluntarily stepped down from her duties. She remains ready, willing, and able to resume her duties and to serve the town of Stoughton as she has for over 25 years. WATD News reached out to both the town manager's office and Mead, Tallerman & Costa, LLC, but have not heard back yet.
It was the summer of 1969, and Toby Gibson was taking the prettiest girl in school, Diane Lane, on their first official date. Toby's dad let him take his prized Ford LTD Country Squire, a beautiful vehicle with wood grain paneling, massive interior space, and a V8 engine, to the Marshfield Drive-In Theater. Toby was pulling out all the stops. Easy Rider was playing on the big screen that night, and Toby and Diane saw most of the movie. Of course, Toby was going to clean all the popcorn that had somehow found its way onto the floor before he returned his dad's car. But when the movie ended, Toby wasn't thinking about that just yet, or about much of anything, really. A love struck Toby's head was still up in the clouds. Amidst first love's fog, Toby forgot to unhook the speaker from the car, pulled away, and came crashing back to earth as that speaker smashed through the driver's side window of his father's Country Squire. I guess it's true what the song says. Love hurts.
I'm Peter Brown from Tiny & Sons Auto Glass. Windshield broken? Just call 1-888-64-TINIES. And thank you.
8:34 here at 95.9 News, now sponsored by Stewart Painting. Every job done right and on time. Receive a virtual quote within 24 hours. Now hiring. Apply online at stewartpaint.com. Jury selection completed in the trial of Lindsay Clancy, the Duxbury woman accused of strangling her 3 children in 2023, with a final jury made up of 12 women and 6 men. There were 2 hearings, too, with one involving media coverage with David Meyer, an attorney for Clancy's ex-husband, Patrick Clancy, asking that the media be prohibited from broadcasting some evidence that will be presented in the case.
And asked the court on behalf of Mr. Clancy that certain limiting instructions to the media would be appropriate with respect to the 911 recording of Mr. Clancy's voice, certain photographs of the 3 child victims, and the clothing worn by the 3 child victims in this case.
Prosecutor Jennifer Sprague argued that many of these issues were already dealt with, but said she would leave most matters up to the judge's discretion, with one possible exception.
Regarding the clothing of the victims in this case, the clothing would be a shirt and pants that Dawson was wearing, pajamas and a bathrobe that Cora was wearing. There's a small amount of bodily fluid on the pajamas. And then pajamas that Callan was wearing. But although some of the material has been cut as they were cut away from the children, as EMS were working on them, trying to save them, there's nothing about the clothing that I think would suggest the need for restriction a publication of those items.
Defense attorney Kevin Reddington siding with Meyer while making comments about the prosecution's case leading to this exchange with both Sprague and Judge William Sullivan.
I agree with Mr. Meyer's request, as I told you with the sidebar. I think it's very appropriate. I think he argued it effectively. I think that Your Honor is well aware that you have the authority under the SJC rules to enter limiting orders, if you will, as to publication, as to what media can publish, what photographs they could look at and report. And I agree with what he had indicated to you in his argument.
All right.
But I still want to say that I think it's reprehensible the way the government is trying this case.
Your Honor, if I may, I'd just like to say that I understand why defense counsel would want to brush past what happened to these children, whitewash away what happened, and focus on something else.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to end that now. All right?
So he gets an opportunity to say it.
No. I stopped that.
Sullivan said he'll make a ruling on the matter this morning. The second issue involved allowing witnesses, which Sullivan said will be determined at the moment before each new witness takes the stand. Election day tomorrow here in Marshfield. 2 candidates running for the Board of Selectmen. The first comment here is from Joe Pasevich.
I've had the best awards bestowed upon me by establishment in this town. I am an anti-government, venom-spewing naysayer, okay? I am over the target, and that's where the flak is heaviest, and there's no better award or medal I could ever get. And I have been the leader on many things, fighting the Maryland Street 40B, fighting the Beacon 40B, trying to get the airport environmental damage under control, monitoring so many projects. But I have taken the initiative, and I hate corruption. And I hate dishonesty to my core. And I want openness and respect for our taxpayers. My record proves it. That is at the heart of me in my soul.
Roland says he has leadership skills.
I have a track record of leadership, not just in this town, but also in organizations, charitable organizations, the companies I've worked for. I've been tapped many, many times to be in a leadership role, and I don't always seek those roles out. For example, when the previous select board decided not to renew the chair of the advisory board for no other reason but they thought they needed some change on that board, even though that member, that chair, was doing an excellent job, I had joined that board, and I had no intention of being a leader, and my own peers in that board, in less than 3 months of me being on that board, elected me chair. And I've been chair of that board. I've been chair of the Capital Budget Committee, and of course, I've been chair of the Select Board. Leaders are people that people follow, and I have a track record of people following me, and I have a track record of really listening to people and what they care about and trying to help them and make things happen with them.
And Jack Griffin did not attend our forum. The Select Board special election tomorrow. Polls are open from 8 to 4. Stay tuned to WATD for complete election results.
We're not happy unless you're happy. Hi, I'm Sheldon Stewart of Stewart Painting, and that's been our promise for over 35 years. If we paint your home, it's going to be a great experience. We do every job right, on time, and we stand behind our work. We have thousands of lifetime customers. That's because we are committed to delivering a top-notch job every time. There are not many sure things in life, but hiring Stewart Painting to paint your home is a sure thing. That's because we live by the Stewart Painting promise. We're not happy unless you're happy. To schedule your free estimate, call either of our Hingham or Hyannis offices, or to receive a virtual quote, visit us online at stewartpaint.com. Send us a video of your project and receive your estimate within 24 hours. That's stewartpaint.com. And remember, Stewart Painting. Expect the best.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
8:39, good morning, and we're looking at the drive on your Friday, and we're looking at a good ride this morning along Route 3 on the northbound side. Not seeing any big delays, moving along. It's Friday morning. You got that lighter volume, so you got just a nice drive. You're cruising along, nothing to get upset about from Plymouth right up into Braintree. Southbound, a little bit of a slow down at the Derby Street lane drop in Hingham, then slow about a mile of the Sagamore. 25 east is slow at the Bourne. On the Cape, Route 6 on the eastbound side looks heavy in the Barnstable area past Route 132 and again by the lane drop in Dennis. Northbound on the expressway, some pockets. Neponset up to Southampton Street and 24. A little busy at the top end. from 139 up to 93 in Randolph. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory, 61 degrees, the dew point 53 with a light breeze from the west at about 6 miles an hour. Barometer 30.24 inches rising. Real tranquil start to the day with high pressure expansive now across the northeast. And this fair weather system is going to gradually shift right over New England and then just off to the north and east. And that means day after day after day of warm, bright sky, cool, comfortable nights. This is Chamber of Commerce weather on the South Shore. Heading for 83 degrees today under bright sunshine. Beautiful. A light sea breeze will develop right along our shoreline neighborhoods and the beaches in the mid-70s. Tonight, comfortable, fair, low of 58, 63 in Boston. Again, some patches of fog first thing tomorrow morning, especially in the Neponset Valley, and some low spots. Sunshine, a few clouds. Tomorrow's high, 75 along our coastline. You get inland of Route 3A, the low 80s. Sunday, a more cooling ocean breeze along the South Shore. Sunshine, a few clouds will mix in. The high in the mid-70s, 82 well inland. Monday, sun mixing with clouds. The high 84. Will be a thunder shower around later Tuesday. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Right now, looking at it, looks like it's gone up to 70 degrees outside our South Shore studios. 8:42. That's local news. I'm Christine James. It's Friday. They've got Friday Rob right here, 95.9 WATD.
Friday edition of the South Shore's Morning News with you till 10. Audrey starts her vacation today. Larry will be in the midday chair at 10. He'll be joining us in the 9 o'clock hour, though, to talk about Great Family Day that's coming up on Sunday. So Larry Nelson will be in the 9 o'clock hour at 9:22. We'll have our sports insider, Quinn Kelly, at 9:35. We're on the Audacy app and, of course, up on YouTube, WATD Radio on YouTube. You can watch, like, and subscribe there. So we've been talking about a number of topics. It is national. I saw National Drive-Through Day, so we were talking about all the different drive-throughs you could have, food and bank, of course, the common ones. But a lot of people talked about some dispensaries, drugstores, also as well maybe pet supplies. Someone mentioned, of course, the funerals and drive-through churches as well. So I was looking up National Drive-Through Day to honor the drive-through, which mainly is really an American invention. A lot of the really early drive-throughs, it says as early as 1930, there was a drive-up window teller installed in a bank in Missouri. That was in 1930, but that was kind of an outlier because it said it was only allowed to make deposits at that time. It says the first official restaurant, Christine, was 1947 at Red's Giant Hamburg, located in Springfield, Missouri. And then a year later in 1948, Harry and Esther Snyder of the In-N-Out burger chain. That's the one that's very popular out
in
west.
California,
Yeah.
right? I've seen those. That and Tail of the Pup.
Yeah, they put one in 1948 featuring a two-way speaker system that Harry Snyder himself invented earlier this year. But all of those things were very rare in the 40s and 50s, and it says really in the 1960s. And I was wondering if people, because I, of course, remember drive-thrus pretty much since I was a little kid, but it said the first McDonald's drive-thru was created. And this seems late, I guess, but when you think about it today, every McDonald's is mainly people are driving through, right? It says 1975.
You know, but it was different because I was a really little kid in the 60s. And first of all, people didn't go out in the numbers that they do now for fast food. That was like an occasional treat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like maybe, I can remember maybe like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
You know, if you were driving somewhere and, oh my gosh, we get to stop. And, you know, kids would go crazy. But I never remember ever going through a drive-through. It was always going into the restaurant.
Well, yes, exactly. And that's, you know, kind of later on what led to the downfall of like a Howard Johnson's or something where you had places along the way or even Friendly's and other it was a sit-down, casual kind of experience. You sit down, have a meal, soda,
drive-through
burger,
came later, as I remember, at
milkshake.
least where I lived.
Yeah, so
outside
1975, but that doesn't seem, now I guess it's a long time ago, but 75 for McDonald's seems like a good chunk of their history, like you said, was just showing up and getting your supplies. And so
Those
it was
great
1975.
fries with trans fats.
Yes.
Now illegal.
So the first
50
one
states.
was, I guess, a military installation, which makes sense. They made this one because people couldn't get out of their cars while wearing fatigues off post. So that was the first one they did. Was
that makes sense.
1975. Yeah, with a, I guess in Arizona at a fort, and then now you see them all over. So. Let's see, Diane from East Bridgewater. And by the way, you can text in 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900 is our text line. Sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Brain. Oh, drive-through oil changes. You can drive through now and get your oil changed.
That seems like it would take too long to be able to do that.
It does seem
Does
like
that mean
that.
just stay in your car because you're too lazy to get out?
Yeah, you just sit there. Diane from East Bridgewater says,
Goodness.
drive-through is something I try not to line up for. I appreciate the human contact in the store or business. Also, Christine, I love my dog, and each one has given me such joy and happiness one at a time. My current pup is a ham on steroids, loves people, came to MSPCA having been very tough life. One of these dogs that has suffered from abuse. That's sad. I hate those stories.
I do too.
Required multiple surgeries, but you know what? The good thing is that there are people, thankfully, that these dogs can have. I'm glad that they have good lives. I'm sad that it still happens, but I'm very glad that these dogs can have their lives changed from good homes. A broken jaw. It's awful.
Oh my!
Who would do that? You never know, as he loves everyone he meets. That's Diane from East Bridgewater.
And you know what's interesting,
Yeah.
and thank you for sharing that, Diane, but that's another sea change that I have seen during my life. Three big things.
Yeah.
One, Special Olympics, with that being widely accepted, which I think is awesome because that was kind of just starting when I was little, and it was a very new concept. Two, people getting serious about drunk driving, because it was not serious when I was a kid at all. People would, it was a big joke to drive drunk. And then three, there's been a whole different respect, I think, in caring for family pets.
Yes.
I've seen a sea change in that. And I do believe it just upsets me when I see these stories about people that are mean to animals because I think there's something seriously wrong with those people and I don't like them. But in just my opinion, I think there are more people that do care and respect animals than there are people that don't.
Yes, I think so. I think we are making progress in a lot of things. I know sometimes you think it's worse off than it was in the old days, but there's a lot of bad things that were happening in the old days.
I know, oblivious.
There are many people that really had no right to have animals.
And if you don't want to take care of them, why are you going to have one?
I
don't
never
get
understood that either. I never understood that.
Unless they just want to be mean to a living creature, and there are people like that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Gene from Norwell, craziest drive-through I've seen, brew through. I get that. Brew through in the Outer Banks.
I've driven by there.
Brew
but I've
through
never
for a
been
beer
to
and a
that.
wine, ice and snacks.
Okay, that's what it
Gene
is.
from Norwell. And Julie from Plymouth again talking about the marijuana dispensary. I said I couldn't believe we'd ever be talking about it. I know, I couldn't believe it when I first saw it from the highway, says Julie. Also not sure it says why I'm Julie in Plymouth. I live in Fall River. Well, Julie, I don't know who put that in here either. I am going to go in and change right now, Christine, I'm going to go into the... I'm going to change your identity.
She was talking about
Julie,
the drive-through cannabis.
Yeah. And
so what is it?
Julie
medical on this
Fall.
side and stoners in this lane?
Yes.
Is that the way it works?
Yes, you have to pick her. It says Julie from Plymouth. I'm going to put in Julie from Fall River. And it also, whoever put this in, Julie, has spelled your name Juli. They left off the E. So please tell me if it's... oh, no, you wrote that yourself. Okay, that's good. Juli from Plymouth. I'm now putting in your changes here. Look at this. It's like the DMV. I'm just going to update your records. Here we go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie from Fall River. That's been updated for our records. We appreciate that. Jean from Pembroke checked in. Good morning, Rob and Christine. Oh, she's got a long list, always good comments. I like this. Okay.
Yeah.
I will read yours a little bit later on, Jean, but we'll get to the gist of it. We were talking about drive-thrus, and also we were talking about, and you can get into this as well, road rage with the 228 Hingham incident. Someone pulled out a weapon And actually, someone fired a gun.
Yes, a couple of
in
shots.
Hingham. So we'll talk about that later on. You can chime in on road rage, drive-through. Some people have combined those topics together. Also, we've talked about dogs as well. As we heard Graham, unfortunately, the Curry College comfort dog, they made the announcement that he is suffering from cancer and will only has a few weeks to live. So people are invited to go and visit him on campus. He was there. He came on board just when Jay Gonzalez took over as the president of Curry. It's been about, I think, 2.5 years or thereabouts. And maybe I'll show you the picture, Christine, of him on the stage as a little, well, he wasn't really that little as a puppy either, I can't say. He was pretty, starting to grow, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
But he was there for the induction ceremony. All right, traffic and weather in the 9s. Let's update it every 10 minutes. And we'll start here with the expressway slow from Granite to Columbia. Route 3 northbound is fine. Southbound is slow at the Derby Street lane drop in Hingham. Then a mild delay at the Sagamore. 25 east is slow at the Bourne. Traffic on the 9s. Every morning, traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Let's get a look at the weekend. Weekend weather is sponsored by Cross Insurance. For all your home, auto, and business insurance needs, contact Cross Insurance on Ocean Street in Marshfield. Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman.
What a beautiful morning. We've had low humidity move in. That's going to stay with us. Sunshine and a blue sky. The high 83, though, anywhere east of Route 3A, a coastal sea breeze will hold the temperature near 75 along our beaches and coastal shoreline neighborhoods. Tonight, fair, the low 58, 63 in the city. Once again, we can see some patchy fog early tomorrow morning, as we saw this morning, especially some low spots. And then a beautiful day tomorrow with sunshine for the most part, a high in the low 80s, mid-70s again, cooler at the coast, and with high pressure nearby right into Sunday. An ocean breeze, the high 76, reaching for the low 80s well inland with sunshine and a few clouds. Monday, sun will mix with clouds, a high of 84. This is Chamber of Commerce weather here on the South Shore. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
All right, thank you, Rob. And right now, outside our studios, 70 degrees in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. We'll check sports next.
Have you recently moved into a new home? Whether you've just moved into a new apartment, condo, or single-family home, each home has unique insurance needs. Hi, this is Carol from Cross Insurance, with local offices in Braintree and Marshfield. Insuring your home is a big decision, and it's important to understand your options. Whether you're looking for more options, increased coverage, or better pricing, Cross Insurance and Safety Insurance are here to help. We'll help you determine whether you qualify for any discounts or credits on your insurance premiums, such as a new home credit, loss-free credit, an e-customer discount, or an automatic water shutoff device discount. Plus, by insuring both your home and car with Safety Insurance and Cross Insurance, you could potentially save up to 20%. Turn to Cross Insurance and Safety Insurance. We've been working with customers like you for decades. Call Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600. That's Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600.
8:54 WATD Sports, sponsored by The Clean Team. The Clean Team provides carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning. They also clean Oriental rugs and area rugs in their facility in Kingston. Learn more at thecleanteam.net, thecleanteam.net. All right, back to work for the Red Sox tonight. They'll begin a 3-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays at Fenway. That'll be at 7:15. The New England Revolution will host Atlanta United tomorrow night at 7:30 in Foxborough. And the New England Patriots 2026 training camp officially opening up. Tomorrow is the first day for public viewing. First free public practice takes place tomorrow at 10:15 at Gillette. Parking lots open at 8 a.m. The gates will open at 9:15. And that's our update on sports.
Hi, I'm Rachel. And I'm Sarah. From the Clean Team. Our grandparents started the Clean Team in 1983. The Clean Team covers the entire South Shore, traveling as far as Foxborough, Milton, and Cape Cod. They deep clean carpets, upholstery, and wood floors in your home or office, and your bathrooms will shine after the clean team cleans the tile and grout in your shower and removes the soap scum from your shower glass. The clean team even provides service calls for those times when your dog has an accident on your family room carpet or when you spill a cup of coffee on your favorite chair. Oriental rugs, area rugs, and outdoor cushions can be cleaned at the Clean Team's facility in Kingston. Just drop off your rugs or cushions anytime, Monday through Friday. Or call the office at 781-585-4678 for pickup and delivery. Go to thecleanteam.net for more info and to see before and after pictures. Call the Clean Team!
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
It's been a tough Saturday on the lake. I ordered swim trunks in this orange cream color, but it's actually more orange auburn. Oh, and it's swimwear. I probably can't even return these.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Joe Pasevich, candidate for Marshfield Selectman in the special election on Saturday, July 25th at the high school from 8 to 4. Town insiders want the residents to believe that there's a $7 million deficit in the town's budget requiring an immediate tax override. That's a hoax. And town insiders boast that I'm going to lose this coming Saturday. They are wrong. Please help me to prove it. I'm Joe Pasevich. With your vote, I will become your next selectman.
Paid for by the committee to elect Joe Pasevich.
For 250 years, America has been built on exploration, and there's never been a better time to hit the road. Celebrate with Sullivan Tires Explore America Road Trip Sale. Save on the tires you can trust. First, buy 3, get 1 free on all Uniroyal tires. Or get $100 instant savings when you buy 4 select Michelin, BF Goodrich, or Continental tires. And get $80 off when you buy 4 select General tires with purchase and installation.
Don't miss these special deals only this month at Sullivan Tire.
Get ready for the South Shore's best dad and daughter duo in the building business, the Bethany Builders Podcast on WATD. Each week, the Bethany Builders crew, Chris Bethany, Steve Burton, Christian Fourier, and Sophia Bethany discuss ongoing building and remodeling projects, sports, fun, and more. Listen live or watch them on the Bethany Builders YouTube or Facebook page. The Bethany Builders Podcast is sponsored by Bethany Builders of Duxbury, Koopman Lumber, and Trex Decking.
The Bethany Builders Podcast, Sunday afternoons, 12:15 to 1 on 95.9 WATD. All right, you can't believe we're going into the fifth and final hour of the broadcast, hour number 25 for the week. The South Shore's Morning News, 25 hours of Radio Gold a week. We got the 9 o'clock news from ABC. Christine James, local news. She's in our newsroom on a Friday morning. She'll have the headlines at 9:02, or I should say local stories in depth. And then our fifth and final hour, we're going to talk with Larry Nelson about a fun family event happening in Marshfield on Sunday. We're going to tell you about that. We'll have our sports insider, Quinn Kelly, in. You can talk to him if you have any sports questions. And then also there's a show called American Ninja Warrior. Several people from New England competing on the show, including one 20-year-old woman from Pembroke, Addie Herman, is going to join us, American Ninja Warrior, after the news at 9. We'll talk to her. Right now, 8:59, traffic and weather in the 9s. Route 3 northbound looks good. Southbound slow at Derby Street, a mile delay at the Sagamore. 25 east is slow at the Bourne. The expressway northbound reduced speeds around to Ponce and up to Andrews Square. Weather for today, going to be a great day. Sunshine, few clouds, a high 83, 71 now.
This is the South Shore's radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. A 13th night of airstrikes between the U.S. and Iran, and President Trump now says he's considering even tougher attacks in the coming days.
Senior officials tell ABC News the options include strikes as large as Operation Epic Fury's opening days, possibly even bigger. After Iranian allied Houthis in Yemen struck 2 Saudi ships in the Red Sea, the president warning if they do this again, major military punishment will be inflicted upon Iran and the Houthis.
ABC's Karen Hua. President Trump's latest set of tariff hikes provoking objections from numerous countries. The move in response to the Supreme Court striking down the president's earlier tariffs. The European Union ruling today that TikTok fails to protect the privacy of minors by allowing adults to view their accounts. The action exposing children to cyberbullying and potential predatory behavior, the EU says. Another day of flash flood warnings in the east, including parts of North Carolina, where they've been pummeled by rain in recent days. This is ABC News. The Epstein files debated on Capitol Hill once again as former Barclays Bank executive Jess Staley sitting in for a closed-door hearing in the House Oversight Committee. Staley served as Jeffrey Epstein's private banker at J.P. Morgan Chase for years. He is not charged with anything. However, Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia says
Mr. Staley is clearly, in our opinion, just not being truthful and flat-out lying. The reality is that he's claiming first that he had no real friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, that is just ridiculous. There is documented evidence, including in the Epstein files and numerous emails, of a decades-long friendship, and not just a friendship, references of being best friends, of close friends.
Getting a home loan is getting even more expensive. Freddie Mac says the average rate for a 30-year loan is up to 6.58%. Burger King is offering a new guarantee. If you don't like your Whopper, you can get it remade on the spot, and you can get your next one for free. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
Traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
71 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 9:02. Meteorologist Rob Gilman says beautiful out there. Bright sun, low humidity, high 83. News this hour brought to you by Cape Cod 5, passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Mass. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. An apparent road rage incident between 2 drivers that began on Route 228 in Hingham spilled into the Hingham Public Library parking lot where shots were fired. Police Lieutenant Stephen Dirth says officers responded to the library on Levitt Street around 4:20 yesterday afternoon for report of shots fired. A passenger in one of the cars shot at another driver, claiming self-defense. The shooter, licensed to carry a firearm and stayed on scene. The gun recovered at the scene by officers. The other driver left before officers arrived. The shooter was injured but was not shot and was transported to a local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they are looking for the other driver. No charges have yet been filed, and that investigation is ongoing. We'll be back with more next.
At Cape Cod 5, we believe financial strength isn't built alone. It's built together. From saving for a home to working toward retirement or planning for the future, we're here to provide tools, guidance, and personal service to help you move forward with confidence. And our team of community bankers will partner with you every step of the way because we care about your financial goals. And together, we can help you achieve them. We look forward to helping you. CapeCod5.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 401717.
9:03 and 95.9 is now brought to you by South Shore Gutter Monkeys. Experience exceptional care for your home with professional gutter cleaning, repair, and installation services. Contact South Shore Gutter Monkeys for a free estimate today. Well, joining us now live on the South Shore's Morning News, we have Charles Gagnon. He's the president of Volunteers of America. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Sure thing, Christine. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, VOA, if I can call them that, and the Plymouth Area Veterans Day, you have a free, we know about Christmas in July, but you've got a Veterans Day in July that's going to be in Plymouth tomorrow. It sounds like a lot of resources, fun, music, the whole thing. Tell our listeners a little bit about what they can expect.
Sure. We're hoping the community is going to show up. We're having our second annual. Basically, it's Veterans Day in July. We should be celebrating our veterans each and every day, but we're having a big party tomorrow. And what we're hoping is that we want to honor our local veterans and their families, and we want to bring people together, and we're going to offer a variety of resources that will support both the veterans and their family. And we also have several sister agencies and partners that will be there. We're going to be able to enjoy a car and motorcycle show, cornhole tournament, face painting, food trucks, live music. Just a major fun party. And we're hoping that, everyone will show up and support area veterans. And, we're very well known, Christine, for our whole person care. We're looking at the vets and making sure we take care of all their issues around both housing, employment, behavioral health, and the Plymouth Area Veterans Center has just been a terrific new resource for local vets.
Now, this tomorrow, this is from 11 to 4, and it's at 90 Shops at 5 Way in Plymouth, for people that aren't aware about this. And it really does sound like it's very family-friendly, and it looks like you've invited a whole slew of other people that might come out there and help people out. You've got Heroes in Transition, the Marine Corps League, Veterans of Foreign Wars, the Brockton VA Medical Center, and, of course, you've got all the car and motorcycle show, et cetera. Now, when you've done this before, because this is your second annual one, what kind of reaction did you get from the people that attended?
Well, I think, first of all, people come out and they really care about the work we do. I mean, we set up the Plymouth Area Veterans Center in 2024. It's a partnership with the State Executive Office of Veteran Services, and we have hundreds of people walking through the door every month. And we're doing a bunch of things with regards to local organizations, and people really want to give back, and people understand that the South Shore, in particular, Plymouth, has one of the largest veteran population in the state. And there's not a lot of services specialized for veterans. So that's where we come in, and we bring a variety of partners to make sure all those needs are met, Christine.
Do you have a website or a Facebook page that people can go to and find out more information about what you do and how you help the veterans?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. Our website is www.voamass.org. We go by VOA Mass. That stands for Volunteers of America, Massachusetts. It's kind of a mouthful, but VOA Mass, and we'd love to have people support. And also, we're looking, if you have folks in need, please make referrals. If we can't help folks in the community, we'll find someone that can.
Well, that sounds great. And again, it's tomorrow, the July 25th, 11 to 4 at 90 Shops at 5 Way in Plymouth. And Charles Gagnon, president of VOA, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for really getting the word out, and we appreciate the partnership we have with you and your team. And I'd love to have a big showing tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful day, and we're going to celebrate our veterans. Thank you, Christine.
Oh, you're very welcome, and thanks so much for letting folks know. Meanwhile, tomorrow, busy day. Remember, you've also got the Marshfield election to fill the selectman seat, and you also have the Christmas in July celebration in Marshfield here to help out Marshfield Community Christmas. That's going to be down at the Jetty in Marshfield from 3 to 6. We've got traffic. We've got weather. We've got them together right after this.
I'm Bobby Downspout of the South Shore Gutter Monkeys, and today we recognize another group of everyday American heroes, the South Shore Gutter Monkey Office Crew.
Ain't no I in office crew.
Actually, yes there is.
My bad.
These swivel chair jockeys are a triage team of first responders to bad weather. So when Mother Nature is at her worst, these adorable apes are at their best. With superhuman-like skills, they perform those underappreciated tasks, answering phone calls, booking appointments, and giving free estimates right over the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And when the South Shore Gutter Monkey crews return from their daily work schedule, those curators of the cubicles rise to the tasks of filing, accounts receivables, and ledger entries.
Not all heroes wear capes.
To converse with one of these paper-pushing primates, call the South Shore Gutter Monkeys at 508-477-9100.
Now write that number down.
Or visit SouthShoreGutterMonkeys.com.
Take it, Johnny.
No monkeys were harmed in the making of this commercial. Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. The time now is 9:09 on your Friday morning, and we are still dealing with some backups. It is heavy as we do see Friday mornings getting down the Cape, so most of the volume is going southbound. The northbound side of Route 3 looks good from Plymouth to Weymouth. Southbound, we were seeing delays at the Derby Street lane drop in Hingham, going from 3 lanes down to 2, and also it was slow about a mile and a quarter at the Sagamore. 25 East is slow at the Bourne. 44 and 24 look good. Northbound Expressway, reduced speeds around the Neponset ramp heading up towards Southampton Street. Traffic on the 9s. Every morning, traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
Beautiful, bright sunshine, low humidity, light sea breeze developing along our shoreline neighborhoods and the beaches. The high 83, though mid-70s near the coast, anywhere as you get east of Route 3A. Tonight, fair, comfortable, the low 58, 63 in the city. Tomorrow, sun, a few clouds. A cooling breeze along the coast in the mid-70s, 82 as you get just inland. Sunday, as high pressure shifts more to our north and east, a cooler ocean breeze, the high 76. Low 80s well inland, some sun mixed with clouds. Monday, sunshine mixing with a few clouds, a high of 84. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Right now, we are looking at up to 71 degrees outside our South Shore studios, 9/11. That's local news. I'm Christine James, sending it back to Robert Hakala Jr. right here, 95.9 WATD.
Christine James, thank
Robert
you
K.
so
Hakala.
much.
I'm sorry, I forgot your middle initial.
Oh, yes, that's true. Yes,
I'm going to make it
middle
official.
initial. K. Not Kevin, it's a Carl with a K. Robert K. Hakala Jr. Fifth and final hour, the South Shore's Morning News underway, coming to you from Broadcast House here in beautiful Marshfield. Text lines available, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. We'll get to our other topics, and we'll get back to more of your texts on National Drive-Thru Day. Do you love drive-thrus? Do you think there are other businesses that should have drive-thrus? You can text in on that. Also, very scary situation in Hingham with a road rage incident. We've been talking about road rage and people having trouble controlling their tempers. A little bit later on, Larry Nelson is going to join us. He's in for Audrey today. He's going to talk about a great family event that's coming up in Marshfield on Sunday. And then our sports insider, Quinn Kelly, on WHD. But first, we have a South Shore native. Her name is Addie Herman. She's on the line, and she's going to talk about her experience on a show called American Ninja Warrior. Listen to this.
Ninja athleticism, but what a performance by Addie Herman. The fifth obstacle did not get her tonight. And she's still serious. She's not celebrating yet.
I kind of hurt my leg.
Power Addie.
She said that she might have hurt her leg. We'll get that.
Wow. Okay, so let's bring her on right now. Addie is from the South Shore. I think she's hails from the town of Pembroke. Addie, good morning. You're on WATD.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, great. So you grew up here on the South Shore?
I did, yes. I've lived in Pembroke my whole life and actually train out of Pembroke at my home ninja course, too.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so American Ninja Warrior on NBC on Mondays. Tell me about, how did you get on the show, or what were you doing that led to you getting on this show? How does it even work? Because I can't imagine what the path is like.
Yeah, it's been a crazy process. I did gymnastics, and then 11 years ago, I quit due to an injury and just spent too much time out of the gym. So after I was done with that, I found American Ninja Warrior just watching it on TV with my family, thought that I really wanted to try it. So my mom found me a local gym in Weymouth, and I have been doing it ever since. So I've competed on the show for 6 seasons now, and I've been training for 10 years.
Wow. Well, congratulations. It's amazing. So how have you done? I mean, you have come up pretty close to the top, right, in some of these competitions, or at the top?
Yeah, I actually won the 2024 Women's Championship on American Ninja Warrior. So that was such a cool experience. I'm definitely hoping to get to compete in the Women's Championship again this season, which hopefully will be airing at the end of season 18, too.
Ooh, okay, so now people can watch this. It's on NBC on Monday nights?
Yes, NBC Monday nights at 9 p.m.
All right, Addie Herman from Pembroke. And so tell us, what kind of regiment do you have to go through, Addie, in order to be able to be at a level to compete on this show? Do you just have to work out all the time? How does it work?
Yeah, so not a lot of people know this, but there's actually a whole sport of OCR, obstacle course racing, outside of just the TV show. So there are hundreds of ninja gyms around the country. So I train at one in Fall River called Vitality Obstacle Fitness, and that's where I've been for the last 6 years. I train there about 5 to 6 times a week, and then on the side of that, I'll also lift weights, run, cardio, and rock climb too.
Wow. And tell us, because obviously you're right, this is a specific regime and there are different skills. What are some of the things that can be enhanced from doing these type of exercises? What do they focus on?
Yeah, for me, it's a full body thing for sure. You'll see if you watch American Ninja Warrior, it's not just the upper body strength, but you also have to be able to do agility. You have to be able to get up the warped wall at the end. So it's a full body workout, and honestly, anyone of any ability level and any age, I think it's an amazing workout just to try it out because it does work your whole body, and you get to use so much creativity in doing the obstacles too.
Addie Herman's with us. She is a Pembroke native, was in gymnastics growing up, and now you're around 20 and competing on American Ninja Warrior. I understand there are a bunch of other people from Massachusetts. We wanted to reach out to you because you're specifically from the South Shore, our area, our radio station's in Marshfield. So are there still any other Massachusetts people left on the show, Addie? Do you have any kind of friendly South Shore rivalries?
Yeah, there are. So one of the girls who I've been training with for forever, Aka, it's her rookie year on the show, but she's still in competition. So you can watch us. We're in an episode coming up in August. So that'll be announced soon, and that'll be my rivalry for the next episode.
Oh, that's great. Addie Herman, American Ninja Warrior. And if people want to find out more about you or the show, I don't know if you have a website specifically or the show, where can people kind of follow along in addition to watching Monday night at 9?
Yeah, you can follow me. My Instagram is @AddieHerman_, and then Ninja Warrior posts all the updates on their Instagram, which I believe is just Ninja Warrior as well.
All right, Addie Herman, American Ninja Warrior. Well, we wish you good luck. It's always good to have someone local to root for. And so good luck with the competition, and you'll continue to make your way, and we'll be watching. I guess it goes through the summer, right? Monday nights at 9?
Yes. Yep.
Oh,
Thank you so much. I'm honored to represent the South Shore, too.
Love it. The South Shore, Addie Herman, American Ninja Warrior. And do you find you can use the skills in regular everyday life? Like, for example, what about like a very busy aisle at a market basket or something? Are you able to kind of navigate your way around?
100%. It still gets crazy in there, but hopefully I can use those skills.
Yeah, good stuff. Addie, thank you so much and good luck. Thanks for being with us on WATD.
Thank you.
All right, there she goes, Addie Herman, American Ninja Warrior. Watch the show Monday nights at 9. 20 years old from Pembroke. How about that? That's a good story. All right, coming up, we are going to get traffic and weather on the 9s, and then we're going to be telling you about a fun family event that's coming up. We want to let you know about it. It's happening this Sunday, so we'll tell you about that in our next segment on 95.9 WATD. Time now is 9:18. We'll get to traffic and weather next.
Soundcheck Studios, a multi-level music venue in Pembroke offering Boston-caliber music to the South Shore. 3-time nominee for Best Music Venue of the Year by the Boston Music Awards. Tonight, it's Graceland, a tribute to Paul Simon. Then, tomorrow night, don't miss the 5-year anniversary celebration as Playing Dead returns to Soundcheck with all the hits of the Grateful Dead. Tickets sold in advance at soundcheck-studios.com and at the door. It's all happening at the South Shore's best address for live music, Soundcheck Studios in Pembroke. Experience Jagged Little Pill at the Company Theatre in Norwell. This South Shore premiere is a roller coaster of emotions set to the iconic songs of Alanis Morissette. A perfect suburban family watches their carefully constructed facade begin to crumble to reveal the importance of family and forgiveness. The electrifying power of this Tony and Grammy award-winning production brings profound truths about the messy reality of a modern family to vibrant life on stage. Jagged Little Pill runs from July 24th through August 16th. Tickets are available online at companytheater.com or by calling 781-871-ARTS.
9:19 WATD traffic and weather on the 9s. And the ride this morning along Route 3 northbound looks good. Herring Pond Road in Plymouth up to Union Street in Braintree. Southbound bunching up at the Derby Street lane drop in Hingham. And about a mile delay at the Sagamore. 25 East is slow on the approach to the Bourne. Northbound Expressway busy Neponset up to Columbia Road. We also are getting word of a crash on the off-ramp to Southampton Street. Northbound Expressway, that's exit 15A, a possible crash on that off-ramp. Northbound Expressway, Braintree to Boston, drive time is coming in at about 17 minutes. It's busier on the southbound Expressway, 20 minutes from Boston down to Braintree. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. South Shore Weekend Weather, sponsored by Sullivan Tire. They're always here to get you there. Sullivan Tire. For today, we will have a nice day today. Sun, a few clouds, 83. Tonight, mainly clear, a low 58. Tomorrow, a good deal of sun, a few clouds, 82. Also 82 on Sunday. Overall, really nice Chamber of Commerce weather. A little bit cooler right along the beaches with a coastal sea breeze. 72 right now in Marshfield.
For 250 years, America has been built on exploration, and there's never been a better time to hit the road. Celebrate with Sullivan Tire's Explore America Road Trip Sale. Save on the tires you can trust. First, buy 3, get 1 free on all Uniroyal tires. Or get $100 instant savings when you buy 4 select Michelin, BF Goodrich, or Continental tires. And get $80 off when you buy 4 select General tires with purchase and installation.
Don't miss these special deals only this month at Sullivan Tire.
WATD is proud to have been voted Best FM radio station by readers of South Shore Home, Life and Style magazine. And congratulations to Miles Heeger from Miles on Motorsports for winning Best Local Radio Personality, and Rob Hakala for winning the runner-up spot. Plus, the Bethany Builders podcast picked up the runners-up award for Best Local Podcast. Thank you from the South Shores radio station, 95.9 WATD.
95.9 FM, WATD, everywhere on the Audacy app. We've got the YouTube cameras fired up as well. You can like, watch, and subscribe. WATD Radio on YouTube. WATD Radio on YouTube. I'm Rob Hakala with the morning team. And there he is. You can see a little bit of him there, Larry Nelson. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me put you on there, and then you got to go.
That's better?
Oh, yeah, that's better.
On
there he
camera
is.
now.
Larry Nelson over there. He's coming up for the Vacationing Audrey at 10. He'll be in for the midday show, but he's coming on early because we wanted to spend some time, Larry, to talk about something very special that's coming up. A great event you won't want to miss Sunday in Marshfield, right?
Yeah, well, a lot of people remember Camp Daniel Webster in Marshfield. And today it's the Daniel Webster Estate. It was restored back in 2005. If you haven't been there, you're in for a shock to see this place. It's just a beautiful, one-of-a-kind 1880s mansion. And what we do in the summer is we do this family fun day thing. Phyllis Nielsen came up with the idea. Many people remember Phyllis. She worked at the post office at 02050. And she lived in not far from the walking distance from the Daniel Webster Estate, the mother of the area, should we say, when I was a kid.
Oh.
And she came up with the idea, some other people came up with the idea, and it was a way to put money back into the house because the Daniel Webster Preservation Trust does a nonprofit. Mm-hmm. And so we maintain this 1880s gem here on the South Shore, the home of the Webster family, Daniel Webster, seat of government, if you will. Not only was he a farmer, a lawyer, he was a senator right out of Massachusetts and became a Secretary of State under 3 presidents, if I remember right.
Wow.
And his law office is back on the property, was moved there was moved off the property, was brought back to the property a couple of years ago, or maybe 5 years ago. So that'll be open. But the fun thing is it's fun for the family. This is family fun. Mm-hmm. You bring the kids and they get unlimited for $5 bouncy house. Just stay in the bouncy house all day.
That's a good deal.
Leave the kids in there. Because the petting zoo, we want to thank the Nielsen family for bringing Jimmy Nielsen for bringing over the animals. The petting zoo.
Animals, okay.
He was caretaker at the estate too back before the town took it over and our group took it over. So he lived in the home for a long time. So he's got a lot of fond memories of the estate himself. So he loves to come back and help out with the animals, the cows and the sheep and whatever else he can bring in. Of course, they're gonna have a toucher truck. Now that's a lot of fun too because kids, they love to get into these big trucks.
Oh, yeah.
They love to, and I wish they would disconnect the batteries, but they do love the horn. They like to use the horn.
Like the horn.
Sometimes some light, heavyweight equipment may be there. I'm not sure, but usually it's a dump truck.
Okay.
A nice dump truck to play in.
Dump truck would be good.
Yeah. And we do the free sidewalk. Do some digging.
Yeah.
The chalk giveaway.
Okay.
Kids like to paint on the they use this chalk that washes away on the driveway surface. So I'll have a zone for that too. And then, of course, we've got Joe, the storyteller, usually shows up for this thing, telling all these different stories. I shut the music off at that point because I'll be doing some music there.
Yep, DJ Larry.
And I'm trying to think of some of the others. Oh, we've got the pony rides. That'll be out back. But one of the...
Is there food? Or?
There's food, yep. The food this year is the Marshfield Police Relief Association is going to be serving up hot dogs, ribs.
Oh.
This is a big deal here. And food, beverages, proceeds benefiting, of course, the Daniel Webster Preservation Trust.
Oh, that's so great.
It's free to get in.
Free to get in.
But it costs you to leave. That's all.
Yeah.
You pay for the food,
some of
the rides and stuff. And usually there's some people there with crafts, selling some wares and stuff. Sometimes we have the police or the fire department there to bring a fire truck down, depending on what's going on during the day. Because this is Sunday.
So great.
Yeah, this Sunday. This Sunday.
And this is going to be I do find it hard to believe, first of all, that it is the final weekend of July.
It doesn't feel
that doesn't seem right to me.
We said that on July 4th. It doesn't
I know. I keep trying. I haven't figured it out how to slow down summer yet. I haven't been able to slow down summer because someone mentioned...
after that winter we had, I'm going to slow it down and hold on to it as long as we can.
Because someone said it's also the weekend of Carver Old Home Days.
Yes.
You've got this coming up in Marshfield. You've got Rock the Lot with Chris tomorrow night. You got all kinds of great things happening, and it's so good. And you want to get. I just read too the Evening Under the Stars concert at the Conservatory sold out.
Oh wow!
For the Sinatra music. I mean, a lot of people want to go, and people are going to be singing. And
that's nice because it's outdoors. It's nice
it's outdoors and. I was looking at this forecast. You're going to have a great day over there.
It's going to be a beautiful weekend.
There's been years when it's probably been
We've had the biggest crowds when we've had a mist or a light rain.
Okay.
Because it's not going to be a beach day, so...
Oh.
But it's going to be a little bit of everything this weekend because there's going to be so many things for people to do.
Yeah.
The Daniel Webster Estate is located on Webster Street. Look at that, huh? Webster Street. 238 Webster Street. It's near the Senior Center, and that's where parking will be.
Okay.
And from the parking lot, there's a little bridge that takes you over to the road down to the Webster House. And then you'll see the bouncy houses be the first thing you come across. Yeah. Oh, who's that?
We're just slowing it down.
Slowing it down. Summer slowing down. The summer
is called
slowdown.
Memories. They use this in the old Country Time Lemonade ads. I always remember that.
Oh, yeah.
They say, remember summer and drink lemonade. All right, so go and show up. And Larry, you're going to play the music? And
I'll be playing music. If you want to hear something coming over, I'm going to bring the computer with everything in it that I have.
Yeah, everything he has.
Yeah. So it's from noon until 4.
Noon to 4.
The perfect time. And a lot of people come and go. And
it's
great. Some people stay. Some people stay the whole time. They take
go to the beach for a little bit, then you can go to this, bring the kids.
One of the things that we've done the last few years is we've brought in the Pembroke School of Performing Arts. These dancers come in. We set up a dance stage, and they've become a staple of this. And people just love seeing that. It's the Pembroke School of Performing Arts. We want to thank them for coming on and being part of this too. So bring the kids, bring the grandkids. Again, the admission is free. Parking is free, Mr. Mayor. Parking is free. And you park at the senior center in the back there and just walk over the little bridge. And there you are. And if you remember it being Camp Daniel Webster, it looks a lot different, but a lot of the trails are still there. We used to go out on. They're all still there.
Oh, boy. Good stuff. Larry Nelson. All right. Well, we'll be over there Sunday in Marshfield. Don't miss out. So tell other people if you've got kids, again, you're looking for something. There aren't a lot of places there that have the free admission.
Yeah.
So that's important. That saves you some money. And as you said, free parking? Who gets free parking?
And it's not overwhelming. A lot of these events sometimes there's so much that gets overwhelming. So, you spend a little time here, over to there, do the bouncy house, get some food, watch the dance performances going on, and do a pony ride.
Oh, good stuff. Larry Nelson, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and the other thing is...
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
The mansion will be open for tours.
Oh, will be?
And it'll be air-conditioned, so...
Wow, I love
nice
that.
And comfortable.
Marshfield. So proud, it says. I saw on the website now, it says home of Daniel Webster underneath there. That's nice.
Well, that's the town symbol, too.
Yeah, that's great.
Home of Daniel Webster. Daniel Webster decided that Marshfield would be his home. He was New Hampshire born. So, and he decided this is where he got a grave here. He didn't want to go back to New Hampshire. He wanted to be here in Marshfield. He fell in love with Marshfield.
Yeah, as many people have. Well, enjoy it. And, again, enjoy every moment of summer. Larry Nelson.
I want some lemonade now.
Have some lemonade.
Yeah. Iced lemonade.
Gotta be careful because I was drinking a lot of lemonade. That's when I got into trouble too with the diabetes. I gotta be careful about drinking some. But now they get sugar-free lemonade. And
stuff. Use real lemons then.
Yeah, that's true. Better for you. lemonade, and of course, get over to Jenny's Ice Cream, too.
I haven't done that yet this year.
You'll have to do that, yeah. What are we doing now? All right. Sorry, I was just getting the music there. All right, Larry will be up at 10 with the full show. We got our Sports Insider segment coming up with Quinn Kelly. That's just ahead, 95.9 WATD. All right, the time now is 9:29. Let's get you up to date on the traffic and the weather. Route 3 northbound looks good. Southbound is slow at Derby Street. Then you've got about a mile at the Sagamore. 25 east is slow at the Bourne. Northbound Expressway is busy from Granite Ave to Columbia Road. Let's get the details now on your weekend weather. And Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman is here with the details on the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather. Here is Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman.
What a beautiful morning. We've had low humidity move in. That's going to stay with us. Sunshine and a blue sky. The high 83, though, anywhere east of Route 3A, a coastal sea breeze will hold the temperature near 75 along our beaches and coastal shoreline neighborhoods. Tonight, fair, the low 58, 63 in the city. Once again, we can see some patchy fog early tomorrow morning, as we saw this morning, especially some low spots. And then a beautiful day tomorrow with sunshine for the most part, a high in the low 80s, mid-70s again, cooler at the coast, and with high pressure nearby right into Sunday. An ocean breeze, the high 76, reaching for the low 80s well inland with sunshine and a few clouds. Monday's sun will mix with clouds, a high of 84. This is Chamber of Commerce weather here on the South Shore. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thank you, Rob. And right now, outside our studio, 73 degrees in Marshfield at the weather station WATD. Rob Hakala with the morning team coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank studios. Coastal Heritage Bank, community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together, member FDIC, member DIF. Member FDIC, member DIF. And if you want to check out the beautiful Coastal Heritage Bank studios, you can check it out on the live YouTube feed, WATD Radio on YouTube. Like, watch, and subscribe.
Honey, you're not going to believe this.
What now?
The car got dinged again. I was pulling out of the parking garage, and I didn't see that last pylon. I barely clipped it.
Oh, unreal. That car was so nice when we first got it, and now it's an eyesore. Every time we look at it, there's a dent here, a scratch there.
You're right. Remember how excited we were when we bought it? I guess that's just life, though. Still, it would be nice to turn back the clock on this thing.
Yeah, it's like we need a time machine for the car. Whoa! Where did you come from? How'd you get in our kitchen?
Relax, I'm from the future.
The future?
That's right. And in exactly 2 minutes, you're going to hear a radio commercial for Luchetti's Complete Auto Center. And after you hear it, you'll bring your car there, they'll fix the dents, repair the scratches, and make it look like it just rolled off the showroom floor.
So you're saying Luchetti's is basically a time machine for cars?
Exactly. From parking lot dings and minor scrapes to major collision repairs, they've got you covered. In fact, they'll even repair the damage from that manure truck you're going to hit next week.
The what truck?
Thanks for the warning. Luchetti's it is, honey. Let's go.
Just try to keep it under 88 miles per hour on the way there, huh?
Plan a getaway and enjoy a long weekend exploring Plymouth. Go outside and whale watch, hike, walk along the ocean, and dine outdoors. At night, enjoy live music, theater, art shows, and ice cream under the stars. Begin your Friday night at the corner of Court and North from 4 to 6 and listen to live music at Sea Plymouth's Fridays on Shirley Square. Then head into a weekend of relaxed fun. Plan your Plymouth getaway on the Sea Plymouth app, brought to you by visitma.com.
One Stop Painting and Renovating.
For 40 years, both homeowners and businesses across the South Shore have trusted One Stop Painting to keep their properties looking their best. Whether you need interior or exterior painting, carpentry repairs, or professional house washing, One Stop Painting has you covered. We use both soft and high pressure washing techniques to safely clean everything from delicate siding and decks to walkways and commercial buildings. From a single room to an entire office complex, we proudly serve both residential and commercial customers with the quality, professionalism, and attention to detail that have made us the local favorites for 4 decades now. Thinking ahead, now's the perfect time to schedule your interior painting projects. Book your winter work early and ask about our winter discounts available on select interior projects. Don't wait until the schedule fills up. Call One Stop Painting today and discover why we've been the South Shore's trusted painting and property maintenance company for 40 years now.
Call us at 508-888-3500 or check us out online at onestoppainting.com.
One Stop Painting. One call does it all.
One Stop Painting and Renovating.
Connect with your favorite WATD personalities on the WATD text line. Sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. Just send your text to 781-837-4900. That's 781-837-4900.
August 8th and 9th, and it's already gimmicks
The South
galore
Shores
out there.
Morning News rolls
saying,
on.
give you the
Rob
tax
Hakala with
savings
the
now.
morning
I
team.
say, what
Text line
savings?
is
The
available for
tax
you,
has to be paid. It's the law. So it's just another one of their so-called sales. With Bob's discount, you get untouchable values
You can text
every
in on
day.
any topic.
With no
It's
phony
National
sales and no
Drive-Thru
phony
Day.
gimmicks ever.
We love drive-thrus. Yeah, in Hingham they're not allowed. It's banned. But there are drive-thrus. We learned McDonald's didn't get its first drive-thru till 1975. Chick-fil-A, very good at drive-thrus. It's drive-thru day. And a lot of you have texted in on other drive-thrus like drugstores. Someone said there's a drive-thru Cumberland Farms. I didn't know that. And also drive-thru dispensaries are now a thing as well. So text in on drive-thru day, 781-837-4900. Also, we've been talking about road rage in Hingham. Shots fired outside Hingham Library. A suspected road rage case there. That was very upsetting as well as we talked about that. And you can certainly chime in on that on the text line as well at 781-837-4900 on road rage. Listen to what some of the witnesses were telling CBS Boston.
You know, it's not a common incident that you would see in Hingham, but, you know, today you just don't know where it's going to happen.
Yep, and now it's happening in Hingham.
That's the frightening thing about it.
Back in my day, if you had a problem with a guy on the road, you pull over and you got in a fist fight. That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, again, the old days, you would take care of it by you pull over first, at least to respect his gentleman, and then get into an old-fashioned fist fight. So there you go. Road rage, 781-837-4900. Now, let's bring in the calm. Always calm, cool, and collected. Quinn Kelly, our Sports Insiders segment on WATD on a Friday morning. There he is. You can catch him up on YouTube. And if you've got a question for Quinn, something in the sports world to talk about, you can do that by texting in 781-837-4900. Quinn, good morning and welcome.
Morning. How you doing, Rob?
Doing very good. I see you're taking the aisle seat over there in the studio. That was good. What came in number one on your Embrace debate?
Aisle definitely did.
And by the way, was I the only one that was going nuts? What was Dan trying to do? I was getting a little road rage in my car. I was screaming at the radio.
You and Matt and Pembroke both.
Okay. You had three choices.
I thought I was clear.
And he didn't want to. I don't know. I don't know he doesn't like to be like on the record. It's very hard to commit that guy.
It is, he's just, he can't be contained.
No. So the question was about airline seats, correct?
Yeah. Okay. So you look at your traditional airline row of 3 seats. Yep. Obviously, there are a lot of different variations on the plane, but for the premise of the question,
some could be 3, 2, 3,
right?
3,
middle,
2, 3.
window, middle aisle. Which one are you taking? If those are your 3 options, which are you taking?
Okay, so window, middle, or aisle.
Correct.
Okay, so those are the 3 choices. What did he say? Because I was confused.
So he said he took the aisle, but then he walked it back and he said, "Well, I'm taking the aisle, but I want the 2 seats, the 2-seat row." So that, I can be there with somebody and I have the window and the aisle and I'm still close enough to look out the window if I'm in the aisle because there's no middle seat. I said, but there is a middle seat, Dan. That's the whole point.
In this scenario, he wanted the 2 seats. Okay, so he wanted...
Yeah.
Okay, so he
obviously
likes to be
that's the best...
But he didn't pick window. I guess it's close. We're going to put him in the aisle.
Right, he wanted the aisle with the view,
Yeah.
which just...
All right, I was ready to turn my car into a guardrail. It was very upsetting. All right, so anyway, what won? I went with aisle.
Yeah,
for my
it
legs.
was aisle,
like
and then
because my legs are just too.
A decent amount of people said window. but nobody really was waving the banner for middle seat, which I thought was crazy. This was why it came up, Rob, was because I was traveling with some people this weekend, and somebody said they opt for the middle seat, and I truly did not understand
how did they defend it? What was the reasoning behind it? What was
a little cozier feeling to it, which I said I don't really want to be getting cozy with strangers.
Yeah.
If you're with somebody, fine.
I suppose you can put up the thing on each side, right? And
you get both armrests.
Get a little bit of room, and you start, slowly making your way either to the left or the right, or perhaps both.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't want to be bothered if I don't want the responsibility of being bothered if I'm on the aisle, but at the same time, I don't want to. I don't like looking out the window. I think they got a little, not fear of heights, but don't like looking out the window on the plane. So I don't know.
Windows are good, but
like I said. We put them on a list. We let TSA and the government know this person shouldn't be flying. So
exactly.
They're on a watch list.
I'm going to go for It's great when their seats just empty though, and you got the whole thing to yourself.
Well, I was saying, so we got on this flight back on Sunday night, and like I said, we were traveling in a group. We were hoping we could sit together, and both exit rows were empty, and you could have upgraded in the app prior to, but whatever. We're walking on, and we know they're still going to be empty. So I just had asked the flight attendant, thinking that maybe I could still upgrade once we get on if we wanted to do that. I said, hey, has anybody taken the exit row? He's like, no, and you can't at this point. It doesn't matter. Can't have it. I always thought they had to fill the exit rows. That was the point. You needed bodies there to open up.
Yeah, I thought that was in case there's
just left them open the whole flight.
Really?
Yep.
Well, who's going to do all that?
6 premium seats.
Wow.
Or 12 premium seats.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. That I never really got that. Back in the day, you used to give your loyal customers little kickbacks here and there. Instead, they said if you're not going to pay for it, we're not going to give it to you.
We're just going to let people look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they think about it. So next time you'll pull the trigger.
Huh.
I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we got sports to talk about. The Red Sox, right? Historic. Mm-hmm. They tied a record that happened in 1946. And so, it was kind of exciting. They tied the record, and then that happened in the afternoon of the doubleheader. And then you said, "Oh boy, well, probably they kind of like achieved that. Could they win it?" And then you thought, well, maybe at this point we can kind of lay off a little bit, maybe not go as intense. And they lose it. Here is Chad Tracy, Sox manager.
We just won 15 games in a row, and I think all of us knew that that's going to end at some point. It just happened to end tonight, so. They're already refocused.
And they're refocused on the Blue Jays. All right, so what do you like, Quinn? As I was saying, this came at the perfect time with the crickets in the sports season. So I feel that no matter what happens, I think it's a fun thing.
No, absolutely. I was laughing. Nesson has really been playing up this win streak, and I do think the reality is now coming out, and which is why it's great. Their focus is renewed and all of that. Chad Tracy talked about, hey, I was going to talk to the team, but I got into the locker room, and Wilson Contreras and Sonny Gray were already addressing the team and kind of said the message that I wanted to. They're ready to go. That's great, and hopefully they're not going to just fall apart here now, but now they're just back in the thick of a playoff race, which is where they were supposed to be all along. So there's work to be done here coming out of this win streak. It's great that now we have baseball to watch again, right? That it's not a just complete lost season.
Yep.
But certainly now they've put themselves in where the team has expectations, the front office has expectations to make some moves at the deadline here. So, they've set us up to get hurt again, Rob, but that's okay. We got summer baseball back.
Well, do we get maybe a little bit of action? It'd be nice to get the wild card, right?
I really feel like
over the Mariners or something right now, or
I think game and a half still. I think they're going to be a playoff
still available?
team. I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
All right, so that would be fun. If you can extend it and just get a little bit more baseball, that's fun. And as I said before, we're just kind of looking for stuff, so why not have this story for whatever it is? But as someone said before, they just kind of basically erase the damage from the beginning of the season, that it's still awful.
But that's okay. I do feel like at the end of the day, that was in some ways, obviously a 15-game winning streak, particularly when you put it in historical context, is pretty extreme. But that was in some ways just water finding its level with this team. They weren't as bad as they were playing at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
They still had incredible pitching. So it was just about, at some point they were going to kind of level out. And they're pretty much right on pace with where they've been after 100 games for the last 6 seasons. So
all right, so Red Sox will open up a series against the Blue Jays. That's tonight at Fenway at 7:15. All right, so let's see. How about the Patriots getting ready for training camp, Quinn?
Yeah. Oh, very exciting. Yeah, so I think it was ESPN put out a story of the best rosters, the best under 25 rosters in the league. And the Patriots were number one on the list. A lot of young talent in this group, which is a very dangerous, thing for the league when you have a Super Bowl runner-up coming in with that much young talent. So, yeah, it seems like it's they're a lot of people think they're going to regress this season. I think they're going to be just fine. I mean, they set a pretty high bar for themselves, so am I picking them to go back to the Super Bowl? No, not necessarily. But I think they're going to be very good this year. I don't think that they're going to be a 500 team or anything like that. Very exciting for them to get going. The story surrounding their second-round draft pick is a little bit concerning. For those unfamiliar, Gabe Jackas, they took in the second round. Very big pick for them. Supposed to be a really great player. Had surgery right after the draft that seems unclear if he disclosed it to the team. But basically, they've really been going back and forth now because the team's not quite as sure, and he hasn't signed a contract yet. Oh. So one of your draft picks is in all likelihood not going to play at all this season. So that kind of feels like a little bit of a miss. Been kind of hard to get past that. But once minicamp gets going and everybody's in, it's going to be a lot of fun this year.
All right. Sports Insider with Quinn Kelly. Any other good things going on with any other teams? I know you're already planning ahead for high school football, but I know it's early on that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But good stuff as well. Quinn Kelly, Sports Insider on WATD. Do you like drive-thrus, Quinn?
I do. I was going to ask, do you count, I think they call it a drive-thru, like Sonic, where they come out on the rollerblades and deliver to your car? Or is that something different?
That's kind of like the old-style car hop.
Car hop, that's the word for it.
I guess they would do that. But, what about in terms of, do you like the convenience of picking up medicine or food or coffee or sandwiches or paying your respects at a drive-thru?
Paying your respects?
Well, someone said there are, I guess, funerals where you can do that. Yeah, I haven't heard that.
No, forgive me.
Yeah.
I like a drive-thru. I like to go in, though. I prefer to go in. You got a little more control. That stems from a childhood. I didn't used to like cheese on my burgers when I was a really young kid. Yeah. And McDonald's, to their credit, 9 times out of 10 would still put the cheese on. Could never get it right.
It's the same with my wife and pickles.
They just don't. It doesn't compute for that.
You get cheese and pickles. You get that. That's automatic.
So it became an exercise when I was a kid.
You must love the kiosks.
I do.
You
really do.
You can customize anything these days.
Yes. So it was an exercise as a childhood. My parents would have to veer off to the side, open the bag up, find my sandwich, make sure there wasn't cheese on it, and then we could pull away. But 9 times out of 10, we were wheeling back into the drive-thru again. So I just became somebody who liked going in because at least I can kind of control
things. You can have that
more.
discussion. Yeah, okay.
Don't put the cheese on or I'm coming back there.
Quinn Kelly this afternoon at 3 with no cheese on WATD.
Well, I like cheese now.
Oh, all right.
The cheese.
Oh,
Thanks,
wow.
Rob.
Okay. Thank you, Quinn. All right. Coming up, Larry is next. He's in for the midday show. Let's check in with John Shea.
Thank you. Happy Friday. The Friday local artist of the day for today is Becca Hanna. Becca Hanna is a Boston-based singer-songwriter. You can learn more about Becca by following her on Instagram and see her live. This coming Tuesday, she's at City Winery in Boston. This is called Caramel from Becca Hanna on 95.9 WATD, your Friday local artist of the day.
My sweater smells like caramel from the cake last night. I might have overdone it, but I tried so hard to savor every bite. The icing's so sweet, but what lies underneath layers beyond compare. Familiar and bold, great, hot or cold, it's a flavor I crave all the time. Can't get you off of my mind. Your scent lingers in my kitchen, and I can't feel my eyes from the spot we were kissing. And I wonder, are you wishing for another night with me, your late evening mission? I tried to keep my distance, maybe just one more slice, but boy, you make me think twice with your icing so sweet, but what lies underneath layers beyond compare. Familiar and bold, can't get you off of my mind. I hope over time the taste will refine, but that initial sweetness will never fade from my mind. 'Cause my sweater smells like caramel. It smells like caramel every single night.
All right. We are back. That is our local artist, Becca Hanna and Caramel on 95.9 WATD. All right, final thoughts. Get them in for the week. Text in if you have any comments on drive-thrus. What do you like for drive-thrus? Are you a drive-thru person? Are you very happy there are drive-thrus? Or are you someone that hates drive-thrus? Also, road rage. We had a very scary story in Hingham, again, about somebody riding in a car, and they end up trying to fire at somebody, and they're in the Hingham Library parking lot. Scary. Road rage. Do people make you angry on the roads for certain things? And there are things that make us certainly get upset, but boy, what a scary situation there. You can chime in on that as well, or any other topic. 781-837-4900. Larry's in for Audrey next. We'll have the entertainment report from ABC. Traffic and weather, Route 3 on the northbound side. Looks good. Southbound slow at Derby Street, then about a mile and a half at the Sagamore. 25 East is slow, about a mile at the Bourne. And the expressway is heavy from Neponset up towards Southampton Street. Getting rid of a crash now. 24 north before 44 in Raynham. South Shore weather. Let's get the details for you now. The South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather, and we have meteorologist, our chief meteorologist, Rob Gilman, with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather. Rob.
Beautiful, bright sunshine, low humidity, light sea breeze developing along our shoreline neighborhoods and the beaches. The high 83, though mid-70s near the coast, anywhere as you get east of Route 3A. Tonight, fair, comfortable, the low 58, 63 in the city. Tomorrow, sun, a few clouds. A cooling breeze along the coast in the mid-70s, 82 as you get just inland. Sunday, as high pressure shifts more to our north and east, a cooler ocean breeze, the high 76. Low 80s well inland, some sun mixed with clouds. Monday, sunshine mixing with a few clouds, a high of 84. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
And right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, 73 at the weather station, WATD.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like public works supervisor.
Hey, this waterman is under a ton of pressure. Did you ever fix it?
Yeah, 3 layers of duct tape. Wait, should I have added a 4th layer?
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
ABC Entertainment News.
I'm working on a story. The 5th season of The Morning Show will be its last. The Emmy Award-winning drama, which stars and is executive produced by Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston, will return to Apple TV in 2027.
He's one of the most hardworking people I've ever met. He would never think of quitting.
Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner are getting ready to blast onto the big screen. The iconic Looney Tunes characters star alongside Will Forte in the live-action cartoon hybrid, Coyote vs. Acme. The film has released its final trailer ahead of its August 28th theatrical debut.
I'm Chris Hansen.
catch us predators.
Primetime has secured a release date. The new A24 drama starring Robert Pattinson has To Catch a Predator host Chris Hansen. Hits theaters on September 25th. And happy birthday to Jennifer Lopez, who is 57 today. Michelle Franzen, ABC.
The Radio, Television, Digital News Association has recently awarded WATD the 2026 Regional Edward R. Morrow Award for Breaking News. Coverage of the Karen Reed murder trial.
A jury finding Karen Reed not guilty of second-degree murder today in the death of her Boston police officer boyfriend, but guilty of a lesser charge of drunk driving.
Depend on the South Shore's largest radio newsroom, 95.9 WATD.
All right, yeah, here we go. Let's wrap it up for the weekend. 95.9 WATD, this is South Shore's Morning News. Rob Hakala with the morning team. And we'll get to your text messages on any of the topics this morning. Feel free to do that. 781-837-4900, talking about National Drive-Thru Day and how we enjoy the drive-thru. You can chime in on that. And also we've talked about road rage as well. And also family events as well. We talked about a great event coming up in Marshfield on Sunday at the Daniel Webster Estate from noon to 4. Don't forget, too, in Marshfield, the first of the summer concert series, Big Ryan's Tall Tales at 4. And then Penubian Steel, the steel drum band at 5 on the town green in Marshfield. So it's really going to be a great day in Marshfield on Sunday. And speaking of Sundays, 12:15 to 1, Chris Bethany Builders Podcast. Let's see if we go to line 1. I think that's Chris there. Good morning, Chris.
Rob, good morning.
How are you doing? I haven't talked to you in a while. I was speaking to Wolfie, Craig Wolf from Veterans Voice Radio. I saw him at an event yesterday, and I was saying, yeah, I heard Sophia was at the event, the big Veterans Expo, and he said she did a great job.
Well, I got to tell you, when you're with Wolfie and Greg and the voices of the veterans, incredible event. I think it was approximately a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Rob, I got to tell you, just being in the presence, and when you're with Wolfie, it's one thing to see him on air, and he tells of very humbly of the things that they're doing, the Veterans Food Drive and all the events. But to be with him, embrace him, and share some time, he's incredible, Rob.
Yeah, he really is, and that was a very successful event. I know they had that on last weekend at Pageant Field in Quincy, and that went well. And time is just I don't know. I mean, I feel like obviously it's summertime, so we're all going nuts. You've been nuts because I know your daughter graduated. I think you guys have been taking trips, getting ready to get her set up at Harvard, right?
We are, but most importantly, here at Bethany Builders, Sophia, myself, and Mom, too, we've just been working. We've been very grateful. Our customer friends throughout the South Shore have been keeping us busy, Rob, building ADUs, additions, decks, mostly repeat customers, but, of course, our phone lines are open, always welcoming new customers. We've been beyond blessed.
Oh, that's great. And Sunday, 12:15 to 1, the Bethany Builders podcast, and that's always fun to go to. And people, of course, can see them on demand as well. But that's been a good show, and I think Jesse will be back producing for you on Sunday.
Jesse's incredible. Spoke to him yesterday. Rock star engineer. Everybody, the whole team at WATD has been incredible to us and welcomed us into the family. But I'll tell you, Rob, you know what time of year it is.
What's that?
And as of August 13th is the first New England Patriots preseason game. And we go live from Gillette, and we ratchet it up. Our host, of course, Sophia Bethany, WBZ Sports Director Steve Burton, Christian Fourier, Super Bowl champion. Our team's ready to roll, and we can't wait. We're about 3 weeks out, Rob.
Ooh, good stuff. All right, well, we'll be following as we do once we get into the season, of course, and we'll be staying updated with you, Chris, and the team, Chris, Bethany, and Sophia, and the rest of the crew. Bethany Builders Podcast, WATD Sundays.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, I will talk to you soon, Chris.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see here. MC from Manamet checking in. He says, don't forget there was a drive-through funeral home somewhere in the Southwest. Yeah, I do remember hearing about that. Gray Wolf checking in this morning. He wants to know, when does hurricane season end? I think that's the end of November, I think, on that. Dick from Plymouth said, Stengel's Liquors across from the Brockton Fair in Belmont Street was the first drive-through package store in the 1970s. A wonderful time. Matt from Pembroke, thank you for the text. 781 says, yes, it is true, Hingham. No drive-thrus allowed in the town of Hingham. You're not allowed to build a drive-through. We had Julie checking in, Diane from East Bridgewater, Jean from Norwell, Brian from Marshfield. Mary Ellen of Hull says, good morning, Rob. Good morning, Christine. Good morning to you. Lisa in Humrock, happy Pay It Forward Friday. I paid it forward this morning and paid for the person behind me at the Dunkin' Donuts. That's a great thing about the drive-thru, right? You can make someone's day. Choose to be kind. Enjoy the best day. And, of course, our great friend, we have Jean from Pembroke. She checked in and she wanted to talk about road rage, Larry. Road rage, which is the Hingham story. That was awful to hear about that. A shooting in a parking lot.
You don't hear about things like that from Hingham, Cohasset, Duxbury a lot.
No, I don't want it to happen anywhere.
It's usually out on the highway and.
Yeah, you're right. You'll hear it in
some of the different traffic.
I feel like a city or something.
Hingham only has like 2 traffic lights, I think.
Yeah, what could be possibly...
And a library.
That's true.
The library.
I mean, they could be coming, I suppose, yeah.
Well, it could have been... It could have started out of town. And
it could have been started.
In,
Could have been coming out of Hull.
I'm going to follow you.
I don't know. It could have been coming from Cohasset or Scituate. Who knows?
I get... You talk about drive-thrus. I get rear-ended in a drive-thru in a snowstorm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, isn't that something? Their car couldn't
stop.
stop. It just slid into the back of my car.
Okay, but...
And so they came up... Oh, the thing was one of those AI things, place your order now, and then all of a sudden they didn't hear anything, and a woman came up, were you just in an accident? I said, yeah, didn't you see it on your cameras? They hadn't been plowed yet and all that.
Well,
no real damage, but it was, scary.
Yeah, I would think so. Jean says she was shocked yesterday. Audrey reported on a number of crashes all day yesterday, and then that road rage incident to top it off. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the moon. Someone pulled out a weapon and shot it, and I guess it was like a guy in a car. He was the passenger. I think it was a woman. Imagine driving your boyfriend or husband or whoever it is. Gets out a gun. It's hard to believe this is happening on our beautiful South Shore communities. I think everyone needs to listen to that ad. She says we were playing that Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy. Slow down, enjoy the ride, take time to enjoy your family while you're traveling. All right? And she also wants to remind everybody, force equals mass times acceleration. Jean is also a physicist. She says, let's all slow down and be courteous drivers. Wishing everyone a safe, fantastic day. That's Jean from Pembroke. And Claire Murphy wanted to remind us, don't forget there is a drive-through liquor store in where else? Florida, in Fort Myers. All right, drive-through liquor store. That seems weird. All right, Larry's coming up.
How do you show your ID at a drive-through?
I don't know how that works. Seems like a bad idea, but Audrey's off today, I should say. Larry's in for Audrey, and so you're going to be hosting the midday.
To go at the drive-through.
Yeah. You're going to be until 3?
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
to 3?
10 to 3.
All right, I'll stick around that
with Larry on WATD.
I'll stay to 3. Okay.
Yeah. Christine, thanks for coming in on a rare Friday this day. Christine, thank you so much in the WATD newsroom and for the ailing Lori Kirby. She'll be back next Friday.
Feel better.
Feel better. And it's good to have Christine in the WATD newsroom this morning. Thank you so much. Larry is up next.
That's all she wrote. Didn't ride no more. She left the gloom hanging round my front door.
The South Shore's breaking news, weather, and traffic station.
95.9 WATD FM